Right, Laura's waving out, we're ready to go. Right, welcome back everyone to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. I hope you had a super summer holiday. I know we haven't popped up as often as we usually do. We have been here in August, but just not the usual consistent every Monday and Thursday. But we're back, it's September, we're back every Monday now, 8 o'clock on a Monday night and 11 o'clock on a Thursday morning. Now, tonight we have the wonderful Natalie Porter in.
Hi everyone.
She's been here in the kitchen before, not in the new kitchen, but she's been here in the kitchen before. You loved her last time. You loved her that much that last time her products sold out on the night. We actually had to refill. We couldn't sell enough of them. It was great, wasn't it?
It was.
So we are hoping that lots of you still haven't bought it because you can buy it tonight. How it works, if you're new to the Sugar and Crumbs Facebook Live, basically everything that we're showing you is things that we sell on our website, and we're showing you how to use them.
Do you want me to do them?
Yes, sorry. By the way, I've just been distracted. I am actually happily folding up everybody's entrance into the Great British Bake Off Sugar and Crumbs competition. So these are everybody who entered. There was over 50 people who entered, and if you entered twice, your name has gone in the pot twice. That's providing you did 2 different bakes. So John gave them me all flat, and I'm just folding them so that when we come to pick one out, Natalie's going to pick one out. She can't see her name. So Laura's going to finish those off. So back in the kitchen, so Natalie did a great demo last time. You absolutely loved it. So she's come back again to show you a rapid rose and her peony cutters and how they work. She's also going to use the fantastic fractal range of colours. They are amazing. She's going to talk you through those as well. We're also going to use the blossom cutters. Now, I don't know if any of you know about the blossom cutters, but they are beautiful. They're bright and pink, just how we like them. They've got great little cutters with them. They're not new, but they're new to Sugar and Crumbs. But I must admit, when I first started cake decorating, those were one of the first cutters I bought and invested in, well worth their money. We've got a great little set here that Natalie's going to talk about, and we do sell them individually as well. And she's going to dust them up in vintage colours you're going to do, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going for vintage colours because a lovely lady whose name I can't remember commented on my Instagram post saying that she'd like to see what to do for vintage colours. So that's what we're going to go for tonight.
Absolutely. So I'm sure that I forgot a few things to tell you, but just so that we start the month off right, I don't know if any of you go into the cake shows, but the first cake show is the first weekend in October. And what are you two saying?
Hobbycraft.
Yes, I know, we'll talk about cake shows first. Never mind Hobbycraft. We'll get to Hobbycraft in a minute, Maria.
Marie, you need to pipe down.
So there's 2 very important cake shows. There's one in London, the first weekend in October, with Cake and Bake. We will be there. We've got a massive stand. Do make sure you come down to that one. You can buy your tickets online. It's a fabulous show. It's at Excel. So do come along there. Lots of other demonstrators who have been here. You're there as well, aren't you? Yeah. Which is great. Karen Davies is there. There's lots of people who have been here on the Facebook Lives with us who are demonstrating there. So do make sure you buy your tickets for that. And then there's the biggest European show, which is the Cake International Show, first weekend in November. We're exhibiting there. Again, we've got a large stand. All the top people are there. Please try and get a ticket and go there. It's a great event. But where's the warning? Take a suitcase on wheels. Don't try carrying carrier bags. You definitely need a suitcase on wheels, don't you? It's funny, you see everybody pulling suitcases. So you definitely need them, and take a packed lunch because you won't have time to stop and eat because you'll be that busy looking at everything. You'll just want to have your flask and your food at a stand, don't you? Sure. It's absolutely madness. And then the other thing is, on Thursday we are doing our live from Hobbycraft headquarters in Bournemouth. So it's on Thursday, 11 AM. I am doing a demo on nifty nozzles and using our flavoured buttercream and showing you which nozzles that Hobbycraft have in. And we're going to decorate a dome cake and a couple of cupcakes for you. And but don't worry, come to our page. We are there, and we are also live on the Hobbycraft page, so you'll get us on either one of them, and that's 11 o'clock on Thursday. So I think that's enough of me rabbiting on. Do you think, Natalie, you're ready to go?
Ready to go.
She's ready to go. If you hear me making a noise, I'm making all my dome cakes in the back there. So I've been at it all day. Great. See you soon.
All right. Hi everybody. Okay, so we are going to make a rose. I'm just going to shimmy over here and grab one. So yeah, a rose like this, and we're going to make it using the Rapid Rose, which is this little thing here, and 5-petal rose cutters. So yeah, we'll do that. Where can I put this? There are so many things on this desk now, I have no idea.
Wherever you want.
I'm going to put it here. There we go. Right, so vintage colours is what we're looking at today. So we're going to do, I've got these lovely fractal colours, and I'm going to go for a pale purple because why not? Definitely vintage. So I've got lilac, I've got black, which will become clear in a moment. And the reason for that is that when we get to the dusting side of things, now see, look, there's so many in here that I'm going to struggle to find it, aren't I? Oh no. Okay, I will find it in a minute.
I'll find it for you if you want. What do you want?
It's called lavender.
Lavender?
And it is like the perfect pale, dusky, vintagey looking purple colour.
No problem. I'm sure we will find it.
So, flower paste to start with. This is Squire's flower paste, which is what I always use. Does the job. You can get it in these nice big kilo bags, so you can buy the kilo at a time and then you just colour it up as you go along. It's going to come out of the bag quite hard, as you can see, so you're going to want to knead it up really well. See, and this is the part of the demo I need to remember to ignore Maria. So yeah, let's just get that kneaded. If you're a bit sticky, which I am, because it's quite warm in here, you can use a little bit of petal base. So you can just rub a bit of that on your hands. It is basically, it's a white veggie fat, and it's just going to stop you sticking for everything. But because it's a little bit more solid than Trex, and it's vanilla scented, so it's slightly less gross than rubbing your hands through Trex. Oh look, see, she's found. My hero Laura has found the lavender, which if I hold it under this camera here, you can see it's just a really, really nice dusky lilac-y colour that's going to be perfect to go on that vintage style rose. Okay. So while I'm doing this boring bit, who have we got watching?
We have, well, when I just last tuned in to see how many people we had over 160.
Oh,
so we have lots of familiar names popping up. So Kaz Gibson, yes, Maria is wearing a jumper.
As usual.
Yeah, as usual. And we have a few people who have said that they've seen the lives before, but not actually live. So they've caught us for the first time tonight, which is nice. So hi to Christine Grace. We've got Pamela Jane Briggs, who's just mentioned that the rose that you just displayed is stunning.
Thank you very much.
It is stunning.
John and Leslie Walter have said, I have the Rapid Rose kit and it's brilliant. Zoe's here. We've got Jane, Marilyn, Jackie, Tina Pine. Lynn Sproul says that she's watching as promised with her wine.
Good girl. Lynn has been, just to let you know, Natalie's done 2 super classes this weekend, and Lynn Sproul's was on both of them.
She was.
She shown that amazing rose wreath we've done in the background.
And Blossom Sugar Art are also watching us, and they've said,
hello,
they've said hi. I love Natalie and her beautiful cakes. Hi to everyone.
So this is what the guys all made on the class yesterday. Yesterday, I've lost all track of what day it is. And yeah, we had 11 lovely ladies, many of whom I'm sure are watching, because I know that they are frequent sugar and crumsers.
Sugar and crumsers, I like
yeah,
that.
I wasn't sure what I was going to say there. And yeah, no, they all did a grand job. So I'm just going to pop this back over.
And then today we've done fillers and buzz, which they were beautiful. So Lynn was on both classes, but we've had a great
I'm
turnout.
just watching now,
Lovely.
so I'm surprised you're not sick to death of my face.
Yeah.
I would be. Right, so this is nice and kneaded up. So with your flour paste, you want to really knead it because you want it stretchy. And I think sometimes when people struggle making flowers and using flour paste, it's because it's not quite stretchy enough, but you want it like chewing gum. And that's when you know that it is ready to use. So to get our vintage colours, the trick is adding in a little bit of black, or rather grey, but I'm going to use black because that's what we've got here, and obviously grey is just pale black. So I've added a little bit of that purple in, and you can see it going slightly purpley.
If you just drop your hands a little bit, I'll catch on the green mat. That's brilliant.
On
Thank
this
you.
camera?
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
There we go. You can see I'm just kneading it in really well. So we've got that sort of pale lilac-y colour a little bit more. I'm going to, oh dear, look, this is weeping. I need cloth. Right,
Very
Right.
giddy with our colour.
disaster averted. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on that. Okay, let's mix this in. Okay, so yeah, you can see we've got a really nice pale lilac colour. But I think the trick to vintage colours is that you want them muted. It's the sort of farrow and ball-esque type colours, and the trick to doing that is to have just the tiniest little bit of black or grey in it, which I'm going to add very slowly, and you should see it will just tone that colour down and mute it, as if it is, for want of a better word, a little bit aged and vintage.
Well, everybody loves your Rapid Rose kit. So Caroline Horn, she said she made your roses with your kit, and then she taught a friend who made them for her mum and dad's 50th wedding anniversary.
Lovely.
Yeah, Elaine Hallowell. Did you mention Elaine, was it before?
No.
Just in case I'm repeating anybody.
No.
I had the Rapid Rose last time and it's marvellous. It's a fantastic kit, this, guys. When she gets going and shows you, it is amazing.
Oh, that's really cool. Thanks, everyone. Right, so you
And
can,
we've got Phil Thorne watching, who's coming up next week with his wife, Angie, doing wedding cookies with royal icing.
Oh, nice.
oh, very good.
So hello, Phil. He's getting in watching you now because he's got to be here next week. So he's just seeing how it's done. You've got to show him.
It's all good. It's good fun.
And we've got a massive audience. It's grown rapidly, hasn't it? That's good,
Yeah.
isn't it? With the Rapid Rose, it's grown rapidly.
Well, gosh, yeah. That's jumped up quite a
We're doing very
bit.
well. I won't tell you, it might put you off.
Okay, all over. So we put just a little bit of black in there, and the thing is, when you're mixing colours, just add them a tiny bit at a time, because you can always add more, but you can never take it away. So just a little bit, and hopefully you can see how it's sort of muted that colour there, and it is just a dusky pale lilac, very much muted and soft. So I'm going to put this in a little bag so it doesn't dry, and we will start making our rose. So.
Well, I have to tell you, everyone's very excited. The love hearts and the thumbs up are going well. I do love it, guys, when you do let everybody know how much you appreciate them being here. You know, they do go to a lot of effort, and then we was just laughing with Natalie. She said, you lot are so chilled out and I've got to do all this. And we were like, no, we're not chilled out, getting ready.
They seem really chilled out. It's like you're going live on social media or whatever. There's all these people watching. And I'm like, oh my God, these guys, they're just, you know, Carol was baking cakes until 5 minutes ago. So it's all good. Okay, right, we'll get going. Roses. So I always build mine on a cocktail stick that I've hot glued a polystyrene ball to the end. The reason for that is that it's super lightweight, because I've used a little spot of hot glue, as in like a glue gun. It will cost you £5 in Hobbycraft, which is where you guys are going. So you know,
Good.
it's all one big
Another
incestuous
plug
mix of
for
stuff.
Hobby
Yeah.
Craft. Great. I'll be very happy.
Yeah, a little glue gun, shove it in, and then it's nice and solid. Doesn't weigh anything, and because it's on a cocktail stick, I'm quite happy putting that straight in the cake, because it's a cocktail stick. We eat all sorts of things on those, and you know, I don't see that as an issue, but obviously that's something you guys have got to decide for yourselves. What are we going to do? We're going to take just a wee little ball of flour paste, to this, that's a moving camera, which is going to roll into a tiny little cone like that, and then pop a little bit of water on top of the polystyrene ball, and I'm just going to squash that little cone on and turn it into just a wee little pixie hat. So you can see I've given my bud a little hat. Except what I've actually done, rather than giving it a hat, is make the ball a bud shape, ready for putting the rose on. Doing it this way. Oh, are we in here? Oh, did we
Oh, sorry, did I wiggle the camera? Sorry.
But we're on that one.
Are we on that one? Sorry. Sorry, I'm looking it up. Are we back now? Sorry.
Okay.
I really shouldn't interfere with cameras. I really shouldn't. Sorry.
Where were we?
I was too busy looking at this camera. Sorry.
So we've made it a pixie hat of paste. So our ball has now become a bud shape, ready to build the rose on. And because we've used the paste to do the top of it, it means that that little gap you get down the centre of your first petal is looking on the same colour that you're building the rest of it on, instead of having a little bit of white polystyrene peeking out. I'm going to roll out some of the paste And it doesn't need to be, you want it thin, but it doesn't have to be sort of, you know, super mega wafer thin. And we're going to have just a little spot of corn flour underneath and on top, just so that we're not sticking
Elaine
to
Lawson
anything.
says that's where she's gone wrong straight from the start. She didn't make that
Well,
little pointy thing on the
I didn't make
on your bud.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
Well, in which case, the question that I would have for you, and in fact to anybody that's in it, is have you downloaded the tutorial? Because every single one of them, it comes, so in fact I'm going to show you now before I forget, right? So this is how your Rapid Rose arrives in the packet. When you open it up, oh, if I can, and you take that out, this bit here has got a link to my website and a password so that you can download a great big 14-page full colour tutorial that gives you every single step. So just in case anybody didn't realise that or hasn't done it, do go and download it, because then that's got all the steps laid out so that you can, well, teach yourself how to do it.
Yeah, brilliant.
So we're on a single petal. You can see all I've done there is just cut out a part of the shape, and I'm going to use my knife, sorry Maria, and just trim away that excess so that we have a single petal. Dependent on how big you make your rose, this can be the sort of the only single petal in the whole process. Pop that onto your foam pad, and it's important you do this bit on a foam pad, because if you try and do it straight on the board, all you're going to do is squash it. Because you want to use a ball tool or the end of your rolling pin, and you're just sweeping around that edge to thin it out, and hopefully you guys can see that it's not frilly, but it's just got a nice wave to it. We'll flip it over, and then this first petal, it's going to go on sideways, and the reason we do that is it means that you've got this bit all the way around to that bit to wrap to get your little curl, as opposed to if you do it this way and you've just got that top bit. So he's going sideways, and you want to wet the bottom half like that, and hopefully, can you see it shining to see
Just about, yeah.
which bit's wet?
Oh, there you
Yes.
go.
Yeah. Oh,
Press
I
the
lost him. I lost
So
him.
Yeah.
just to let you know that John and Leslie Walter, which is Leslie, because I used to say John and Leslie Walter is watching, so it turns out it's husband and wife. John and Leslie
I knew
Walter.
that. We have conversed on
Oh yeah,
Facebook.
right. Well, Leslie is watching, and she said it's a great tutorial. So does Lynn Burgess. So does Dale Patrick
thank
Evans.
you.
They said it's great. Download it. It's fabulous. And yes, Kat Riley, that is the £20 green board that Natalie's using. And the foam pad comes with another pad as well. So we've got those on, but I've just realised I might not put the price on. I'll have to go and do that.
Okay, so you got your half wetted petal.
I've wetted.
Stop making
You've
fun
come
of
out with
that
some
one.
right funny things, you.
Everybody
The
understands
sugar
what I'm
and
talking
crumbies.
about.
The sugar and
That's
crumbies. The down, what's it called? Down wetted petal. Hot
So,
wetted petal. Right, I'll go and put my prices on.
Leave us alone.
right, I need to compose myself. Okay, so you've got your. See the only other option is either half wetted or it's moistened. And I know
Oh,
a lot of
God,
people,
no.
Right, there we go. So we'll go with half wetted.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can see there that the bud is sitting sort of a quarter of an inch or thereabouts below the petal. You want
Just
to
drop
take
down a bit, drop down.
the pointy end first, and you bring that round and down a little bit, and that will stick there. I've got really sticky hands. And then this side, oh, see I can't do it not looking at it. I'll do it this way around. That one comes round and goes on top like that. And if you want a tiny little bit extra of water, you can just spot that on there. And there you've got your perfect little curl for the centre. The important thing there is to make sure when you're doing it, you've got that round and down action, because you want the curl to be a cone shape. So you want it slimmer at the top than at the bottom. So just make sure that you're tucking it in as you do it, so you get that little spiral. So I'm going to put this here. Have I put that in the right
Perfect.
place? Marvellous. So I'm going to grab another lump of flour paste, give it a little knead because you just want to re-warm it up. And go on the green board. Hi Maria.
So for anyone who's joined us for the first time tonight, you will see Maria lurking over Natalie's shoulder. So it's simply because Maria captures all the really important parts of each step. and they're made into fantastic 1-minute videos that are uploaded onto the website, onto Facebook, onto YouTube. So it's basically an express tutorial. So for anyone who can't be bothered watching us for the whole couple of hours.
Oh, no. What do you mean? It's good entertainment, though.
Yeah, so you can capture all the really important bits in a 1-minute quick tutorial, which are fantastic.
So roll the paste out, a little bit of corn flour on either side, just so you want it moving around, because if it's moving, you know it's not welded and stuck to the board too much. Pop your cutter on, press firmly, and then give it the all-important wiggle, because if you've got it moving, you know it's cut. And then you can also, once you pick it up like this, just rub your palm on it, and then you know that it's cut through. Pop that onto your foam pad, because again, this bit, if you're using a ball tool, you need one of these foam things, because otherwise it will just smush the flour paste.
That's where I've just disappeared to. We sell those sets of pads. They come a blue one with the Mexican pad and the white one for £4.39.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
For the two.
I think it's at £4.39 and £4.49. I can't believe I've only just put it on the website. I've got no memory. Shocking, isn't it?
So we're using the ball tool again. We're just going around that top edge. You haven't got to worry about these bits here where it splits, because you're not going to be able to see that. And like we did before, you just want that nice soft wave as opposed to making it frilly. If you press too hard, you'll end up with it frilly, and then it won't quite work, because those frills are going to want to go off and do their own thing instead of taking the shape you give them. This is where your rapid rose pad comes in. So you take your shape, pop it upside down on there. Your wonderful water pen, because I love these things, they're one of my favourite bits of kit, or at least they are when the water comes out. So look, and now loads of water's come out, so what can you do? Wet the middle, and then you want a little line up the edge of each petal. Like this. There we go. Take your rosebud, it goes straight through the middle of your flour paste, through the centre, the hole in the centre, and you can see what the pad's doing is it's holding those petals up, and you've got a whole hand free to arrange them with. And it is important underneath, hold on to it nice and firm, because the whole point is that you've got this as a firm base and then this hand does the work. So pick a petal, any petal, and attach one side of it. Then you're going to spin it round, pick an opposite petal, and I appreciate there's not a true opposite because there's 5 here rather than 6, but more or less opposite, and attach that same side. So you can see we've sort of given him wings. And then that open side is going to come round on top of his neighbour. Now you see I've got this habit, it turns out, of referring to things as him and her, which everybody thought was hilarious in class over the weekend. And we were trying to work out why all my rose petals were boys, but I don't have an answer.
No, you do call him in, don't you?
We're a bit quiet, so if possible,
sorry.
could you speak up just a little bit?
I
Thank
will
you.
speak up. So that's how you do your first row of petals, because with this first cut of this, you get sort of 2 for the price of 1. We're going to use the next 3, so it'll be the same thing. Attach that one side, spin it round, attach your second one, and then attach your third one. So you can see we've got sort of 3 little wings, and you can probably guess what I'm going to do now, which is to bring that open side round.
If you keep your hand on the pad, they can see it perfectly.
Keep your hand on the pad. So you can see we've got that over-under interlocking pattern, and then we're just going to curl those edges back a little bit. And this is where we've used the ball tool. We've already sort of given it that shape, and that's why you don't want it frilly, because if it was super frilly, you would struggle getting it to form that shape. And then we can remove the pad, flip that over, and you can see you get these funny little corners there. You just press those down because you can't see the bottom anyway. And there you have a rosebud. So hopefully you can start to see how, well, quick it is. Rapid, if you will.
Rapid.
I should have said
Absolutely.
rapid. Okay, we'll roll out another one.
So easy to use the pad though, isn't it? Makes life a lot easier.
Well, and quicker is the thing, because I think you've got to be efficient and it's got to be effective. And I think if you're making cakes, well, making cakes for any reason, but especially if you're doing it commercially, then anything that is saving you time is also literally saving you money. You've got to be able to do the job, do it well, and do it quickly and efficiently, and that's kind of what this is all about and where it came from. Now, corn flour on the back again. And you can see you really don't need a lot of corn flour, it's just a tiny little bit. And in fact, if you sort of go to town with your corn flour too much, all that happens is you dry the paste out.
Yeah.
So you just want a little bit, get him moving, cutter, press firmly, pull away that outside bit, put it back in the bag. Then you can flip them over and give it a rub with your palm to cut. That's going to go back on the white foam, and like we did before, exactly the same. You're just going round and thinning those edges. Like so. Right, last one. And again, you can see it's not frilly, it's just a soft undulation, if you will. Right, for this one, so we're going to build our second row of petals. This time, you just want to curl those edges back a little bit. Now, I like my roses quite sort of open and fully bloomed, so I just do this with my fingers, and as you can see, it's dead quick.
Do you want to get to shout up?
Sorry, be louder.
So just to let everybody know, everything you see tonight you can buy off the Sugar and Crumbs website. You just go to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, just go across to the top and it says Facebook Live wish list, drop into September, then Natalie, and everything she's using, all these cutters, colours, green board, the white and blue mat, everything is on there.
It's all there.
Yeah, it's all there. Just been asked a couple of questions.
Oh, I tell you what, let me do just this bit and then I'll do the questions, yeah?
Yeah.
With
Sorry.
people asking me questions or asking you questions?
Asking me where they can buy the stuff from.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's grand. Thank you very much. Right, right, okay.
But I have got a question for you. Can you
Okay.
use petal base instead of corn flour?
You can, but petal base, it makes it kind of stick.
Yeah.
Give me a
Makes
second
it
and
more
I'll roll
sticky.
some out and I'll show you. It's
Yeah.
not, it doesn't stick as in like stick, but it's tacky, so it won't lift up and move around in quite the same way. Right, so we just curled it back. You can see it's super easy, very quick. You're just doing it with your fingertips. Because of what we did with the ball tool, the paste kind of wants to curl towards you anyway, so you're just accentuating what's already there. Flip it over again. When you do this bit, be careful not to press it down, because if you do, you're just going to crush those bits that you've curled up. And then water in the middle, and a little line up the side. And again, can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
See
The
the
shimmeriness.
difference. Yeah, difference on the shade.
So rose goes through the middle. And we're going to do something very similar but slightly different. So you pick your first petal again, and then you take the next one, tuck it just inside, and then this open bit goes on top straight away.
There's no point whispering,
So
they can hear you.
The next petal.
I've given up whispering because they always say we can hear you whispering.
Yeah, they always think they're missing out on some gossip, and it's not. It's something really boring normally.
So it's like that, and then hopefully your very last petal, we'll get him inside there, and then that last one goes on top of the first one that you attached.
Wow, stunning.
We will
Beautiful.
turn it over, press down that bottom bit, because where you've got the polystyrene in there, the strength is sitting here. And then,
Just drop you.
there you go.
Absolutely stunning.
A rapid rose.
I love it. Love
I
it.
will show Maria.
Absolutely lovely.
Okay. So hopefully you can see that was really quick, and as I said, rapid, if
It
you
is.
will.
That's exactly what it is. A rapid rose, isn't
So-
it? Drop it down a bit.
And again, you can use like a pokey tool of your choice.
There, somebody's just said on the page, wait till she starts talking about the pokey tool.
Who was that?
Gina.
Oh, hi Gina. Thank you, Gina.
I was waiting. I thought, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to see if you say it.
See, but
But
again,
Gina says, wait till she starts talking about the pokey tool.
what was the other one we had in one class? It was the essence of leafishness. But everybody knows what I'm talking about. At least there's actual verbs instead of just take your whatchamacallit, poke it on the what's name and do the doodah.
Well, everybody just loves it.
Right.
Absolutely loves that. So you guys who've been on the class yesterday should be able to knock one of these up fairly rapid. like Natalie's shown you. Drop that down, Natalie.
Right, sorry,
Yeah,
stand still.
so they can see. Stand still, yes, so they can see. Back a bit. There you go, perfect.
Right, so I'm going to pop him in my polystyrene to dry. If your paste is being particularly floppy, or if it's very damp, very humid, very cold, etc., sometimes it will want to flop back. If that's the case, you've got to stick him upside down while he dries. See, look, he's a he again, anyway. And you can do that just with, like, with a clothes peg. So whatever you'd normally hang your flowers on to dry, just use a clothes peg and he can stay. But I think this one's going to be all right. Now look,
Would you make that rose any bigger? Could you make it any bigger? Nobody's asking that question, that's me.
you can
So
make
how
it bigger.
big could you go with that rose?
So the Rapid Rose uses one size of cutter. Are we on this camera now? Okay, we'll go on this
Yeah,
one.
you talk
Okay,
to
so
me.
you got
I'll ask the questions back. Talk to me.
you got so one size cutter for the whole process. So you haven't got to use incrementally bigger cutters. We've got 6 in total that come with the kit. So from this diddy little one here, right the way through up to this giant one. So the one that I've just made, we're going to add another row of petals on it. So it will have this many petals. But if you want the whole thing bigger, then the trick is to use a bigger cutter. Because what happens otherwise...
And that all comes in the set, doesn't it?
Picking this up.
Yeah.
It does come in the set.
They like things like that. They just love it when you disappear down off the camera, onto the floor and rise up again.
So yeah, if you use your bigger cutter, for those you'd have a bigger centre. So also in the kit you get this little sample pack of buds. So these larger ones here is what you'd use with the larger cutter. And that, if you do a whole one, you'll get a rose that's that sort of size. So you can kind of cover all the bases, those big giant ones. Using the bigger cutter is better because then you've still got the same number of petals, but they're just bigger overall, so you don't end up sort of overcrowding it with thousands of petals because you're trying to make it bigger when it won't go bigger because the petals are still the same size. So that's that. And somebody asked about using petal base, and I'm just going to quickly show you why I don't. Although, because I'm doing this live now, it's probably going to work an absolute
Do you
treat.
want me to
I'm
film
gonna
this,
silly.
right? Because she's just showing why not to use petal base for this. So, and then Jeanette Foster saying, can you use a ball of paste instead of polystyrene so it's all edible?
You can do, however, you've still got the toothpick in there, which sort of makes it kind of inedible. And the thing is, with any sort of sugar flowers, if you look at the back of this, you can see they're all leaves, buds, berries, everything that have been wired. So for all they're made from sugar, I always describe them, and this is something I say to sort of all my like brides and grooms that are getting married, is that they're edible but not for eating, which is a total contradiction, but it sort of describes the weird relationship that yes, they're made from sugar but they're not really meant to be eaten.
I suppose if they wanted to pull a petal off and eat one.
Yeah, it wouldn't do them any harm, but
No.
then I also always
You
think...
won't want to break it up once you made that.
I
would
know,
you?
like the hours that you spent, you want them to keep it and
Yeah.
cherish it and love it and put it in a pride of place for, you know, decades. Right, this
So
one here.
just let me just say,
Yes.
in the bundle, you carry on. In the bundle, you do get some buds, but we do sell the buds on our website as well. I'll just pop them in the wish list. And where can they buy more buds from? Hobbycraft, I think, can they?
Yeah.
So you can buy more buds from Hobbycraft when you buy your glue gun, or if you need them, they are on our website as well. But you do get a starter pack in Natalie's bundle.
Right, so the lady that asked about using petal base, I've put some on the mat here. So you can, I've got no problem lifting that up, but it's not wiggling. So if I try and do that with my cutter, can you see that the petal base is held onto it?
Yeah.
So petal base is great for sort of lubricating your fingers and the cutters, but in terms of getting a clean cut on your board, you're better off with that little light dust in a cornflower. So that should be just about long enough for, yeah, he's set up. So I'm going to do one more layer on the rose, and then I will show you some of these fantastic Blossom Sugar Art cutters, and we'll make some nice little ones to complement our
Get
rose.
ready to go together, yeah.
Let's see what people fancy. So there's 2 ways you can finish it off. There is a sort of slightly cheating way where you put a second row of 5 petals, or there's another way where you can put 7 on it. Both are in the tutorial, but what do you guys fancy tonight?
I have to give them a few seconds.
Oh yeah, because there's a delay.
We'll just fill the time.
So then there's a delay on discussing the delay, and then, you know, break the matrix.
It's really weird because when we're discussing the delay, they don't know there's a delay. It's only us.
Yeah.
Because they just see it as it go along. So
Yeah.
when you ask that question, it's absolutely fine at the time. It took me a while to realise that myself. I thought I had to say things like 30 seconds later and then something.
That's it. Dropped it again.
All right, we don't mind doing your exercises in our kitchen.
First vote is in for 7, please. Oh gosh, there's like 7 comments then just all came through saying
okay.
7 at the same time.
I was going to say, I am not
Flipping
surprised by
out.
that.
1, 2,
at
3,
all.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Flipping out.
I am
7.
not surprised. I wasn't even going to say anything. I thought that was a daft question. Of course they want bigger.
Okay, so for 7 then, you want 1 more set of 5 and then 2 single ones. Can I cut that out here? Just. Oh. And then those 2 extra ones, you're just going to cut the points off like that. Pop them on there. So, I tell you what, I'll use a ball tool this time just for change it up and show you. So I like the metal ones, but of course there are plastic ones too. I think personally, I think the metal ones are better. I think they're less sticky and they sort of get stuck less. If you've got a plastic one there, or the other thing you can do, if you take your bone tool, you can use the sort of back curve of it. I've seen people do that before. But as I say, I think my preference is to just grab my rolling pin.
Yeah, it just covers more surface area, doesn't it? It's got to be
It does,
easier.
so you get a nice softer
Yeah.
frill on it. Well, not frill, softer undulation.
Where
Right.
did you get words like that from? I suddenly feel thick.
Quite inferior.
I read a lot. So I've just gone around the top of those 2 spare ones. We're going to curl back those sides again, and you can see it's just sort of loose and easy. There's no problem. No faffing with this. You can just crack on at it with your fingers like that. And then rapid rows. Pop him on upside down. Same step with the water, so in the middle, and you line up each edge. Got a little bit of fluff there. There's always fluff, no matter what you do. There's
But
always fluff.
it's mad, isn't it?
I think you could be naked in a hermetically sealed room, and there would still somehow be fluff. Right, and what I've done on these single ones here is the same thing, just a little bit down each side and across the bottom. I'm going to grab my rose, pop him through the centre, and now, so this is in the tutorial step by step, so again you can get that and make reference to it. We're going to do 3 like we did before.
Come down a bit.
So we're tucking that inside and put the next one on. And with these ones, you're sort of shuffling them just a little bit closer together so that you make a bit of a gap. Oh, I'm sticking. And then one of your extra petals just slots in there. And you can see he's gone in, so one bit in,
That's
that one
clever,
goes on
isn't it?
top. Well, like I said, it's about speed, efficiency and all the rest of it,
Stand a
but
bit.
you still want it to look right. So, you know, I spent some time working out the best way to do this so that you can have a whole rose but done with 5 petal cutters and quickly. And you can see there's a bit of a gap. So that last petal is just going to slot in there. So again, it's that edge goes on top of the first one. Now I'm going to pop him upside down because there's lots going on here. Give that a squish. Check he looks alright, which he does.
Right,
And
a
then
few
turn
of
it
you.
back so you can see.
Just let me just say,
wow.
a few of you. That's beautiful, Natalie.
Thank
A few of you are having problems with your video. I don't know why. I'm actually watching it on my phone myself, and I'm not having any issues. What I would say is come out of Facebook, just refresh your phone, go back in and play it again. I think you'll be fine. The colour's beautiful. The rose is beautiful. Just drop it down so we can all see it.
There we go.
Absolutely stunning. What do we think of that? Is that stunning or is that stunning?
This is what I'm going to do.
That's beautiful. You're going to hold it
I
like
was
that
going
to
to say,
dry?
it needs to sit upside down just for a second.
Where would you like it to? Oh,
no idea.
what do you want me to do?
Can you hold it?
Yeah,
Just for a
trust
minute.
me there, Laura. Can you hold that?
just for a little second. So yeah, okay. While he's drying, that can stay there. And yeah, that's how you use the rapid rose. Now I will mention
Absolutely
quickly.
stunning.
I'm not going to make one because we want to do the colours, and we don't want you guys to be here till like 1 o'clock in the morning because we
Keep
have
making
lives.
things like that, they don't care.
We have things to do. But there is also, so with your kit that we've got on Carol's website, you also get the peony cutters, and these you can see they're 5-petal peony cutters like
Can you
that.
knock one up quickly?
They take a bit longer.
How do they are?
Well, what time is it?
It's
8:45.
8:45.
I tell you what, if we do the colours and do the blossom sugar art, if there's time at the end and everybody's still raring to
To
go,
go. I'm
we'll
sure
do
they
one. But yeah, so they're this shape, and you can see you've got those frilly edges that you got for peonies. These also come with a tutorial that you can download. The principle is exactly the same. So you've got a much bigger ball for your peony centre. You're cutting that out. Look, we can do a sort of weird demonstration. You're cutting the shape out, putting it on your rapid rose, and
Keep it on this one.
the ball is still going through the centre, and then it's the same process of lifting the petals up. Like I said, all in the tutorial, which you can download online, and just to show you what a finished one of those looks like. Can I just grab
Yeah,
this case?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's stunning, isn't it?
So this is what you got your bud. So that's, again, you're just doing a few.
Up slightly, that's it, and I
There we
will
go.
zoom in.
So that's just fewer layers of petals, and then your whole one here. But yeah, they're pretty cool. And actually, this cake brings us nicely on to
Gold dusting.
the discussion of colours, and we're going to show you some of the golds that Fractal have got, because they're just absolutely stunning and completely edible, which is, I think, a thing that is a relief for everyone. So I'm just going to slink away with this.
Yeah, that's fine. We've got a lady here from the Philippines, and it's 3:40 a.m. in the Philippines, and she's happy to watch you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Thank you.
I don't know what the Brits have got now to worry about. We could be here all night.
Right. So you're going to have to tell me where I need to put this in the camera so you can see it.
That's perfect.
Okay. So these,
Beautiful.
and do they look nice and shiny in the
Yeah,
kitchen? They're
shines
okay,
up.
good. So we have got, this one is golden shine, this one is sparkling gold, this one is antique gold, and this one's glowing bronze. These two I absolutely love. Beautiful bright gold, something subtler here. The antique gold I think would double up wonderfully as a rose gold, which is very in and on trend at the minute. And then this beautiful bronze coppery colour. And if you wanted your rose gold to be rosier, then there's no reason you couldn't mix some of that bronze in with the antique gold and you'd get more of a coppery colour. I've made a paint with these with dipping solution, but basically just like booze. You want booze in there, clear booze, so like your gins, your white rums and your vodkas.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Or you can use the dipping
or
solution.
you can have, yeah, the sort of,
I got this dipping
90%
solution
stuff.
in, if you just show them it. I got this dipping solution in mainly because we use Rejuvenator, and it's
Yes.
only 14, you only get 14 mils in a bottle
Yes.
for £2 whatever it is, whereas this is £6 something for a big giant bottle like that. And I just thought, you know what, why are we not using this? Nothing wrong with the Rejuvenator, but why are we not using this? And it's called dipping solution because you can actually dip your whole flower in it in a bowl and set the colour. So you know when you've done a whole flower like Natalie's done there, and then dusted it, you can. Yeah, Paul Bradford shows you how to do it. So that's why I got it, because Paul Bradford uses it. And then you dip the flower into the bowl and then put it out, and then it sets it all. You need to watch his video because I might not have described that perfectly, but Paul Bradford does it.
Sounds like magic.
Yeah. But what I will say to you, I've got Natalie to use these Fractal colours because I thought there was an opportunity here for you to see just how beautiful they are. And every one of these Fractal colours are suitable for vegetarians, vegans, halal diet, celiac diet, whatever it is, but they are, and they're all approved food safe in Europe and America. I don't know about Australia, but I should imagine it'd be the same. But anyhow, we've got the certificates, and these are beautiful golds. So everybody who's looking for golds, you know, you want to have a look at these.
So those are ones that I painted earlier onto white, and I'm just putting a load of, I'm going to need a load more, so bear with me here, of black food colouring into some paste.
Right.
Just to
Do you want
show
to drop your hands down?
how different the colours, these golds are going to look.
Duncan.
I can't
If you
help
keep your hand
myself.
on the board,
Is it easier?
it's just, you know, it's natural, I think,
Yeah.
that when you're doing something, you bring it closer to your
Not like
eyes,
in front of
don't
your
you?
face, yeah.
Yeah. So it's, do you know what? Everyone does it. So,
That should do. So I'm just going to put this little extra bit in here. And then I might have to have a hand wash
Yeah.
break. Because I'm
so
gonna
people are
colour
backing me
myself
up that
completely.
Paul Bradford does do it. Right. And good, I wasn't dreaming it when I watched that demo the other day then.
Right. Okay.
So, hands down. So we can see what you're doing at the moment. We can only see
Okay.
your
I'm
belly.
going to leave that there and I'm just going to go and like...
Wash your hands. Well, should we have a look at these beautiful
Yeah.
cakes that she's done? Did we show them before?
No.
Right.
So we've seen the one with a big peony on, the gold.
Yeah. Do you know you do?
So the blue in the middle. It's like it's blue, isn't it? Or would you go with and I think the purple just makes it absolutely stunning.
So, just so that you know, guys, if ever you want to do classes, Natalie does these free cakes as classes. Do you, Natalie, all three? of them?
It's the blue,
The blue
one
one.
is the latest class,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, we are. Is that the one that we're talking about doing a 2-day class, possibly?
Good, yeah.
So we are talking about if we've got enough takers, we'll do this blue one as a 2-day class here in the north at Sugar and Crumbs, and we're looking at March. So if anybody messages me and wants to do this class, but we don't want to put it on and then don't get the takers for it. But Natalie is based down south, so you southerners have got more of a chance of getting on one. But how amazing is that? I mean, I think I'd have to book myself on that class myself. Wouldn't you? Don't you be getting eyes on it, Laura. So it'll have to be a Saturday. So if you want to go on that class, do message me and tell me you're seriously interested. But the cake I absolutely love as well is this black one. I think this black one's stunning.
Well, so
Absolutely.
I brought those through because we're talking about colour.
Yeah.
So can I come and point at them?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So this one, if this was on a white cake, it would look completely different. Whereas that pale grey is just a little bit softer. So then the pink and the gold pop more with the pale grey.
They look gorgeous.
That one on black. So the black lets you do the whole chalkboard thing.
Yeah.
But again, those colours just seem so much brighter because they're on a black one. And then this one, so there was 2 years ago, was it last year I think? I did a Cake International entry that looked like this, which
Yeah.
I might remember. It was inspired by a piece of wrapping paper that I stole from IKEA with a friend of mine about 4 years ago.
That's the IKEA police onto us now. Don't let me get the
Do you know what? It was awful. It was on. They didn't have any of it left, and there was this bit on this little wrapped up box. So she stood guard while I filched off this bit of wrapping paper because I just loved the colours and it was all sort of woodlandy. So that's what inspired that. But
I have to say, Natalie, all 3 cakes are stunning. And the new word in fashion now is pop, is that right? I used to say bling or beautiful, yeah. But they're absolutely gorgeous. So Natalie does classes. If you go to her Facebook page and message her, and she has her own website as well, you can go and book on classes there. And I think you have classes on your Etsy site, don't you?
These ones are on for sale on Etsy, but the rest of them you can either book straight through me or the venue or whatever. Go have a look, and if you're not sure, drop us an email.
Exactly. Drop her an email, that's it. But if you want that class up in the north, let me know, private message me, and it will be in March. I think we decided it was the 3rd weekend in March, if we get enough people who are interested. Yeah? And we should, because we've done very well for the last 2 classes today, haven't we?
We have, it's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Right, so gold. So here they are on white. I've rolled out a bit of black. I have got a palette from before, and I'll do them in the same order. So we'll start with the sparkling gold. And now look, this is just a little tip. It's a really daft thing, but it works. And that is, if you cut a straw at an angle, you create a tiny spoon.
Yeah.
So you can get your dust out without making a blooming mess everywhere.
What a clever idea that is. Eh? That is really clever, isn't it? Because that's one of the things, isn't it?
And
then you're going to show us how you're going to drop that all out now. But I am buying I'm waiting for some little droppers to come so you can fill up the little dropper bottles. So they should be on the website too. Go on, what was you going to say?
There's another trick to do.
Go on then, tell us the tricks. We need the shortcuts.
Can I get the lid off? Yeah.
Don't you worry that we're here to do sales, Natalie. You show them how to do the tricks.
No, this is beautiful for you. So, if you just got an open pot and a straw, dip the straw in, put your finger on the end.
Oh, right. I was going to say, tell us to suck it up and hold it. I thought you were going to say, stick the straw in, suck that up.
And then you won't go to say, well, we got 98%.
Feel the days when I used to nick petrol out of the car.
Nobody will care anymore.
We get the giggles really.
Okay.
Anyhow, there you go, girls. Now you know what to do with your straws.
So, you got your dipping solution or booze. Can you see that little paint bottle right there?
Yeah.
So you're going to mix it up, and you always want, with metallic paints, you want them quite thick.
Yeah, you do.
Because
which one are
otherwise
you
they're going to
using
go
there?
streaky. This one, if I turn that lid over, this one is the sparkling gold.
So we sell these. These are the fractal colours, suitable for all diets. They're safe, they're food safe. So all of you guys who want bling, you need to be looking at these colours. They are stunning.
Right, are you ready?
Are we ready?
Because that's showing up all
No,
right.
it shows up better on the white.
It shows
Oh,
for
you're
us
going to do it
here.
thick.
Yeah, it shows up for us here. It's just
Yeah.
about starting to show now. We need it just a bit thicker.
Yeah.
That's better.
It's all about getting your paint the right consistency. But hopefully you can see it's just really,
Yes.
really shiny.
Yeah, I can see it
Which
now.
is lovely. And then I'm just going to rinse him off slightly. So
Beautiful,
that was
isn't
the
it?
sparkling gold. We'll have a look at the golden shine,
Mm-hmm.
which is here again. Tiny spoon. That's not a spoon. A bit of a, what is it, dipping solution. There we go.
Yeah, new one, this dip and this solution. Everybody's so busy about rejuvenator, aren't they?
And here, this one, again, you can see. Because with metallic stuff, usually you want more than one coat just to get you good coverage. And you want a nice soft brush. But again, that is just absolutely stunning.
That is absolutely gorgeous, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how it looks slightly different on the two colours. So I'm not necessarily saying you've got to fix your painting gold in black, but just have an experiment and a think
Yeah, but it's
about
nice they can see it on
which-
white and see it on black, can't they?
which colour
And how blingy they are.
base it is. So this one now we've got this one is the glowing bronze, and I've got a little bit of that left in here. Oh, I'm doing these in the wrong order, but never mind. Hang on. Right, here's your glowing bronze. It's gone quite thin, so we'll see how that looks. Yeah, even thinner.
Yeah, I think
That's
this has some.
pretty.
Well, actually, that come really well.
Yeah, it did
And you
actually.
moved away
I was
from
going to
it.
say,
And you
when
moved
Yeah,
out
it's
the
all
way.
because
Oh,
there
the
is
light
yeah.
hits it.
Right, now, don't just get out the camera, Natalie.
When the
Goodness,
light
now
hits
we can
it,
see it.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
There we go.
And then the last one we've got here is the antique.
Oh, we haven't got that. You've got to go through the range. We've got pinks and purples for you. Sorry, Nat. Forget your colours.
Where is this? Hang on, a little bit more rejuvenator. Just squirt out a little bit, that, doesn't it? And then this one is the antique gold, which, like I said, I think this would make a fantastic rose gold, which is very on trend at the moment.
Dale Clark says, no straws, we're sea friendly.
And Kaz has just said you can get biodegradable straws. So
Well,
there we go.
When I finish this pot of plastic straws, I'll get myself some cardboard ones, but it seems completely wasteful to put these in the bin just for the sake of it.
Exactly.
Right, so this one is the antique gold, which is this rose gold colour, and do you know what? I have to say, I think this one
Beautiful, isn't it?
is
Yeah.
probably my favourite because it's a really nice colour. Kind of gingery.
So Julie Cronson just said, could you paint a whole tier with that gold?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You would want to do it, you'd want a much bigger brush, you'd want
Yeah.
something sort of wide and flat. It's important, you can sort of see me doing a little bit there to get those brush strokes nice
Yeah.
and even, and you'd probably want to go over it 2 or 3 times, but yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So yeah, there you go. And I think
absolutely
we've got,
beautiful. So what do you think of those guys? Aren't they stunning? You'll do that yellow one before Maria has a heart attack. Maria wants to see
Oh.
yellow.
Well, okay, hang on. We'll do yellow. Give me just 1 second because there was just one little thing that I wanted to show you here. So what have we got?
And we've got silvers in them as well. I might have to do a demo with these. I think
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
aren't they?
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. I think I might have to do it. What we got?
We've got a light silver, a dark silver, and then I want to have a go at this one, which is like a pinky pearl, because I have a suspicion that that will look really cool. Actually, I'll go for a new brush because otherwise they're just all going to come out yellow. I'm just making a terrible mess here.
Don't worry, you enjoy yourself. You're not making as much mess as video can make.
Alright, I want to think of one of these brushes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, so a little bit more of this. We can go in this hole here. I've used all of these. Right, let's have a look first at our. This is the dark silver.
Oh, somebody said you could get metal straws. Oh, I don't know whether I'd want them on my teeth though.
Yeah, bars in Manchester, there's quite a few now have kind of made a promise that that's it, they're going to be sort of sea-friendly. Metal straws in your drinks, yeah.
Yeah, but would that not make, what about your fillings? What if you fill in and make, ooh.
As long as it's the right metal, I think you'd be alright.
But then what would you do then?
Oh God, the thought of that actually makes me like my toes.
I'm also thinking that metal straws could also be quite dangerous though as well in the wrong places, in bars. When people have had a few to drink.
So that one there is your dark silver. So there it is on the black and there it is on the white. And I'll come out the way again for the light.
Do you know it's funny, on the black it looks purpley, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's purple. It looks silver on the white.
It's just, this is it.
But on the black,
a sheen.
Yeah, it looks purpley. Or maybe it's just me.
No, it does. It does on here.
Yeah.
This is the thing though, that anything, so because your metallics reflect light, the colour that they're on will change how they look because it changes how the light is reflected.
Yeah.
So it's always worth experimenting with the base colour. I'm running out of space here, so let's do it here. So this one is your light silver.
So anybody who's just joined us and people are asking, this is the Fractal range. They do, we've got plenty of their colour ranges. We've got their edible pens, which are perfect for writing with. Really very fine, absolutely gorgeous they are. We do their shimmer airbrush colours, which are stunning, which Dawn Butler from Dinky Doodle, you and your funny words, I'm coming out with them myself, from Dinky Doodle has approved them that they are stunning. We've also got the Flow Air Bright, the Fundustic, and these are the Sue Pearl colours. So these are your bling onesies, and there's a full range of colours, pinks, yellows, blues. They are gorgeous.
So this one, right, so this is, where is the lid gone? This one is, I thought this would be pretty, it's the Shell Nacre Rose.
Oh, the shell colours are really very nice.
And that, look, it's like a,
isn't that gorgeous?
it's like mother of pearl, which is what nacre is. It's sort of the,
yeah, how gorgeous is that?
for it, and I'm going to make that a little bit thicker because it's just so
Lynn
pretty.
Bond, I don't visit any bars. Believe it or not, I don't drink. I was just thinking metal straws. That was Laura.
I do visit bars.
See, on the white it doesn't show up
Can't
quite
see
so
it
much,
quite
but
on
on
that
that
camera.
black, so if you had that, say if you did that on a deep pink base or a deep purple base or something like that, you're going to get a completely different
Lovely.
look.
Remember, cakes in 2 hours. Yeah, don't worry, I've only been in there an hour.
So
So
yeah,
I've got cakes in the ovens, guys.
and then we've got, and I don't know that I'm going to be able
And I
to...
agree with Jenny Scholes, the hygiene of metal straws worries me. We need to get off the metal straw subject now. Get back onto Natalie's flowers.
Right, there's one more lid. So yeah, look, that is, so we've shown you sort of the golden sills and that, but this is just, look, even as it's drying, it's looking even cooler.
Have a look at these colours, guys. They are stunning.
I mean, I'm not going to paint them all because, again, we won't just be here till 1 a.m, we'll be here till 5 a.m.
Can you turn that one over? Oh no, if you turn it over, it'll ruin it, won't it?
There's like, we've got there's a gorgeous green, look at this blue colour that's shiny. What's this one? Ruby, so that's like an even deeper coppery colour. And a deep red one. They're just, they're brilliant. There's every
Do you know
colour.
what I think I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to roll out some sugar paste and colour them outside. Do a big
Have a little painting session.
Yeah.
Alright, so that was our gold and silver
There you
portion of the
go.
evening.
Yeah. Again, just see how
really
you lift
cool.
that up there then. You can really
Does it
see the
look-
colours.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're looking for bling, then certainly have a look at the Fractal range. It's the Sue Pearl Fractal range. They're on our website, and if you're looking for airbrushing these bling ones, then you need to be looking at the Shimmer, the ones that Dawn Butler approves. Yeah? Very good.
Jenny Scores has just said the gold one on the black on the left hand side looks a bit lumpy. I think it's a mixture of it being a thick. Is it because it's been brushed on
'cause
quite
it's a bit
thick?
and then it's also
And
the light.
it's, yeah, the light
So
is
that-
catching it. It is.
I would
It does
probably
look.
put another coat on there.
It looks grainy, but it's not in person. If you understand what I mean, Jenny, it's because the light is catching it.
I don't know if that's having any effect.
Yeah.
Over it. But yeah, so those are, they're really cool. And then later on when we dust up this rose, oh look, he's back there, can you? He's come back and you can see that he's dried now. He's still moving a little bit, so if you've got adjustments you want to make, you can. But those petals are there and they're not going to flop out of the way anymore. I'm going to pop these over. I'm just making lots of mess, really, that's all.
Carry on.
Okay, so, which brings us to the wonderful Blossom Sugar Art Creative Studio, which is this wonderful little box that comes with dozens of cutters, as you can see, every little flower shape you could possibly dream of needing, and then 3 fantastic double-sided moulds. So we'll show you how to use some of them. And these, I use these all the time for everything. I hope Louisa's still watching. Hi Louisa. I love your products. I have done for ages, as you know. They're just brilliant. And I've got some that I made earlier. Is this a good spot?
No.
No?
To be quite honest.
Right, so look.
That is.
There we go. So, these ones are the hydrangeas, those are the petunias. So the hydrangeas are, it's this mould. This is like one of those unboxing videos that you see the kids watching
the
on
kids.
YouTube, isn't it? So so you got your hydrangea mould, 3 sizes of hydrangea, which is brilliant because the bigger the filler flower, the more space it fills, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a good thing. The petunia mould, you've got 2 sizes of petunia, like so. And then we've also got the fleur mould, which is this one here, which is great for your sort of little blossom shapes like those. But the wonderful thing about all of them, any 4-petal shaped cutter you can stick in the hydrangea mould because it's got 4 petals, and then same goes for these 2 with the 5 petals. So that means that all these other ones here, you've got a couple of primroses which will sit in either of those nicely. You've got a great big frilly one, a little diddy 5-petaled one. These which are like sort of primrose shaped but they've not got the petals joined. And by all means, Louisa, if I'm wrong, drop us a comment and tell me, re-educate. And then just this little diddy little Daphne one there. So you can imagine how many great things you can do with this set because there's just dozens of them, and
Yeah.
I literally love these.
It's a great set as well. It's $19.99 on the website.
So there's
I'm on it today with prices.
You
I
are?
know, are you amazed? I can't remember anybody's name or what I'm doing. But
So I've got a couple of hydrangeas and petunias there. I'm going to make a couple more hydrangeas. We'll do some little ones of those. We'll do some of the petunias, and then we can do a couple of those as well. So I'm just going to shuffle all of these out of the way before I drop them all on the floor. We'll do something else equally.
so just to let you know, guys, Natalie's been really very good today. She's up to show you how to use a Rapid Rose Kit, which she started to show you. But in the meantime, I did ask if she'd just show you these because she actually uses these herself in class. So I said, oh, while you're here, could you do these as well for me? And while you're here, could you show me these colours? So we are going to get back to the Rapid Rose, and it seems that you all would like to stay longer for the peony. She'll be making a peony as well.
There we go.
Because you're going to
It
want
is
the
done.
whole set. Now, I know loads of you have got the set from the first time, and it's really good that you're telling everybody else about it because it shows that you guys have got it, you know it works, it gives the rest of the audience confidence to go and buy it. So the set is on the website. For those people who want just the peony cutters, you're going to have to message me and I'll sort that out with you. But you're going to have to message me on Facebook and then Natalie and I will sort that out for you. But at the moment it's the whole set, which is the rapid rose, the peony, the mat, everything. And you can buy the 5-petal support mat on its own, which is just a £5. So if you've got everything else, you've got the mat.
This is it's a paler version of the purple that we used for the rose. So again, a little bit of purple, bit of grey or black in there to mute it down. I'm going to press and give it a wiggle with the cutter. And pop that out there. These are just diddy little ones.
Elaine Lawton's it's her birthday next Monday, so she's asking Mr. L.
Birthday.
He's asking Mr. L. She's going to ask Mr. L, Mr. Lawton, can she have that set for her birthday?
Good timing.
He is
It is
watching. I hope she said he's watching. Oh, he's
Oh no, he's glued to CSI.
Oh, yeah, he's not watching.
So with these moulds, you just want to pop a little bit of corn flour on there, just so you're not sticking to everything. And again, you don't want tons and tons, but just a little bit. The side with the hole is the front, or it will be the front of the flower. So you can line him up there, fold that over, and just give it a good firm press. And as you can see, as easy as that, you've now got a perfect little hydrangea with the centre and all the veins and everything. So I'm going to do these other two.
That is super quick.
I love them, and
Yeah.
they've got a great pattern on them, these
Yeah.
as well.
And do you know what I think they're great for? I think they're perfect for professionals like yourself, but they're super for newbies because they were the first things I ever bought, and I just love them.
Well, me too. So this has got to be cracking on 6 or 7 years ago,
Yeah.
if not slightly longer, at Cake International with my mum. And my birthday's in November, so there were a few years when my mum would take me to Cake International and she'd be like, you know, here's some money, go buy some stuff for making cake. And these were one of the first things I bought.
They're
yesterday.
fantastic, aren't they?
So we've got them like that. I like to do a little extra flourish, which is to just run my ball tool around the edge of those petals. And remember, you've got to do this on your white foam pad, because if you do it straight on this hard thing, they're just going to smash. And you can see it just sort of thins those edges out, and then they fit perfectly into your bubble foam, like that. And when you've run out of space, you can pop them on the lumpy bits upside down.
Had a couple of people
Like
interested in the 2-day course, Natalie.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to talk. I moved that a bit quick, but yeah, they'll sit in here perfectly, and you can leave them there to dry. So that's your hydrangeas. I'll do a couple of little petunias because they'll go with the big one that we've got there that I made earlier. So I've got a little pinky colour. Roll that out, and again, like with the roses, you don't need these to be super thin. You want it sort of thin so it's delicate, but not so thin that it becomes a bother to handle, because it becomes too fragile. Oh, there we go, that should do. Little smidge of corn flour front and back, and a little bit on here as well. And then so with the smaller ones, you just want a wee little ball tool a pokey stick to prod your flowers out.
Stick.
Beverly then has asked, could you put them on wires?
You can do, but I teach a class on that,
Oh.
which you came to. You were here. You did the rose wreath. So
It was
it's a similar thing.
Who asked
Beverly
that question?
Linney.
Beverly Lily.
Yeah, she was here.
I haven't made that up.
Oh, was she here yesterday? Beverly, was you here yesterday?
As you can see, normal grasp on reality in the room.
We'll wait for her answer.
So with these ones, you're going to pop him on there. You can just prod that in there a little bit so he's ready. And then again, that other half, it just goes on top, you press firmly. And then if I can peel this off, just look at the detail on that. So straight away, you just got it. They just look fantastic.
Beautiful, aren't they?
So they go there with their big brothers. The fantastic things about the detail and those deep ridges is that when you dust them, you've got some shape and some texture for that dust to catch and sit in, so they're going to look really fantastic. And again, those, you can see, I'll just show you once more, they'll just pop into the little holes on your
Foam
bobble
pad.
foam, is that the technical term?
Pardon?
Bobble foam?
I don't know, do we call it
Flower
flower?
tray. I think it was
flower
flower
foam
foam pad. No, no,
Mm.
I don't know.
Don't
Flower
know.
tray, I think. Can't
Flower
remember.
tray, yeah.
Flower
So?
farm.
Let's go and put it in the wish list, Santa.
Beverly
That's
said
right.
yes, but we didn't do them flowers.
Oh, I see. So that was today's class. So no, there are a variety of ways that you can wire them, but unfortunately that's a wee bit beyond the scope of our.
Of what we're doing
we'd
tonight.
be here till 5
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning. We've got to
Yeah,
do the
it's
peonies,
completely
we've got the
different
colours, all the rest of it, absolutely.
They can come on the class in March.
Yeah.
But there you go. So we've got those little ones there, and we'll just do a few more with that, which I fancy a new colour. So I might just.
So Rita's asked what gum paste are you using?
It's Squire's flower paste.
Flower paste, yeah. And it's just coloured to whatever your preference is.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes colour nicely, Squire's does. So I'm just going a little bit off piste here. I'm just going to put a little bit of blue in my tiny
Elaine, yes, Natalie did cornflower the veiner just a little bit. So just prior to popping the gum paste in, you can see it just on the moulds that she's just moved there. You can just see a little bit of cornflower.
I don't know what we call that.
Sure, it was a flower tray or foam tray or something like that.
So I'm just mixing this together because I stuck a little bit of blue in it just for sake of having a third colour, because why not? And you can see that with the grey
It's
that was in
amazing
that purple.
You'd never think of adding, I would never think of adding blue, but it does work, doesn't it?
Mm.
So that colour theory
Mm.
and mixing colours is a whole other kettle of fish.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, flower. You got it there. Tray was the clue.
Tray.
Flower, foam, dry tray. So are you loving this demo, guys? Isn't she so good? Hey, here she is, meant to be showing you all her goodies out of a Rapid Rose pack. And she's showing you how to use lots of other tools that we sell as well. Brilliant.
Right, so we'll just, a little bit of corn flour on there. So you don't want tons and tons because it just sort of swamp your paste. But just a little bit. And then we'll make sure that the petals are lined up. Ooh, give it a squidge. Sometimes you can, there we go, get them out. And again, see, look how much detail there is on
Yeah.
that. It's just brilliant.
Beautiful.
Absolutely brilliant. We'll do these other two. See, and that, because they're nice and flexible so because this mould's quite deep, it's easier to give it a flex and
Yeah.
turn him over and it'll just fall straight out. Right. And again, these, I'm just going to pop them in my foam. What did we decide it was?
Flower, foam, dry tray.
On that.
Took us a while. just it's in the wish list now anyhow. But if they just put in tray, it'll come up.
There we go. So tray's your word. But yeah, so you can see that these just make absolutely superb little flowers. And I've got a couple of ideas of what we're going to do with them that I'll show you at the end. And I think so. We've got the rose. We've got that. I think we can get those dusts out. Now,
Yeah.
Which are.
Which ones did you want?
Oh, here. So go. We'll start with the lavender, if I may.
Do you want to
Which
find
I've
that?
already got.
You've got the lavender. What other colour would you like? Is that Carolina blue a vintage colour?
Yeah, we can use that.
So the little presses are by Blossom Sugar Art, and they're in
nice, do you
a
want?
set for £19.99 on the website. So they come with the cutters and the press, which has got the veiner in the mould. Sorry, which has got the veiner mould stamp.
Go on, Laura.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You sound like me. I'm okay.
Veiner
Okay.
pattern.
Yeah. So basically, we sell them individually, or you can buy a box set, which is the box set is the best value one. But if you've already got some, there's individual ones as well. And stay with us because we've got a lot to show you, and we'll also be doing the draw. Which one are we on? We'll be doing the draw for those who have entered the Sugar and Crumbs Bake Off. Yeah, of course you can have a drink. What would you like?
Just anything.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm sat here eating crisp, having a drink. These two are munching salted caramel marshmallows. Sorry, Natalie, would you like a drink of water?
That would be perfect, please. Thank you very much. So yeah, look, these are the colours that I've got. Well, the ones I've got for now. This is the lavender, which you can see. In fact, let's open them all.
Let's just open them
Let's just
all.
open them all. Right, so lavender, lovely dusky lavender colour there.
And why is the wine in my fridge, Natalie?
It's not mine. I think it was Wendy and Elizabeth, wasn't it? I honestly think so. It's not mine. I don't really drink wine unless it's under duress, in which case, you know.
There you go.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Right,
it'd be
one
nice
second.
if we gave you a drink while you were here, wouldn't it?
There we go. So yeah, lovely vintagey looking lilac, blue. This pink here, which I'm using mostly because it's called Kitty Nose Pink, and I really like cats.
Oh,
But
I love that pink.
it's also a really nice shade
That
of
pink is gorgeous. Believe me, I've used it. What did I use that Kitty Nose Pink for? And the lavender. I used the lavender on the cake lace stuff, didn't I? The ready-made cake lace.
I can't remember. It might have been the Sugar Soft Roses.
Hmm.
I think it was.
And then we've got moss green and also ashen grey. And the reason that I've got the grey out is so that we're gonna mix some of it with that green, so that we make a green that's sort of the same tone and mutedness as that blue and purple. And then I've just got a little bit of dark purple here that we'll use on some of the edges. Right, so dusting, I'll do these ones first. You always want a nice soft brush. And you want to pick a little bit up, sort of rub it into the paper a bit so that you've got it nicely distributed on the bristles. And then you can see here that I'm just going from the outside in, little flicky motions.
Is that white bone colour vintage colour?
That is, yes, that would be brilliant.
I thought so.
Like that. And you can see, hopefully, I'll hold it up. Do you see?
Sorry,
So-
mate. Blew it all over
So here's
my
one we've done, there's one that we haven't. Oh, did I? I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. It's because, right, so when you do this, you learn not to blow in front of you, because if I blow down here, all I'm going to do is just like throw this across the whole thing, so you turn your head, but then Maria is here. I'm really sorry, I'm taking up. Right, so this is where we start to add the colour, and you can just sort of see it build up a little bit, and it does, the petal dust will bring your work to life completely.
Oh, Wendy Preston's left the wine for John. Oh, it wasn't you just supping away then after each class. Right, thanks Wendy, I'll let John know then. That was me thinking Natalie at night time had to hit the bottle.
The stress of being up here at Sugar and Crumbs. Don't drink normally.
The Fractile colours have, it's a best before date of 2 years. Or was it 4 years? 2 years.
Well, these have got 2022 on.
I think it's
4 years, yes, there you go. So the Fractile colours have 4 years on them. I get muddled up with all these things.
So, like we had when we were colouring the paste, and we said you've got to do it really, really slowly, gently and carefully, because you can add more, you can't take it away. Also true with petal dust. And what I've got here, you can see this much darker purple, and it is just the gentlest little hint of it, right on the very edges there. And you can see it just outlines it and sort of ages it a little bit. So I'm just going to chuck a little bit on here.
The pale blue Jane is the Carolina blue.
And then I've just got now a much sort of a straight brush as opposed to a flat one, just so that I can get a little bit of, tiny little bit of colour in that middle.
Shout up, my dishwasher's going now.
So there you go, and I've left one that I haven't done, so you can see even
look at
for
that,
something
yeah.
Wow.
sort of pale pastel, those vintage
Yeah.
colours, what a massive difference it makes.
Doesn't it really show? It does show a big difference from the original colour. The original colour looked darker, didn't it?
So we'll do a little bit with the pink here. So I've got some of this kitty nose pink.
Love that.
And I'm going to mix in, because you can mix all your dust, you can always mix them and sort of play with the colours. So I've got a little bit of grey going in there. Let's see how that looks. In fact, I think we could possibly have that a little bit darker. There we go. So that you can see even there just where it's sort of half done and half not done. That's the fan oven opening. So again, so doing it the right way round. So this one's got the dust, that one doesn't.
Yeah, you can see a big difference.
And I think we'll put, just to keep our sort of colours all matching, I'm just going to go over that with just a little bit of that purpley lavender colour. Just to darken them down. So you can do so much with these. And I think we'll have a tiny, tiny little bit of that dark. I've got a bit of an obsession with putting things on the edges so that they kind of have a bit of an outline. So yeah, that's that one. We did some blue ones, didn't we? So these aren't going to be quite dry yet because we only did them a minute ago, but I can show you anyhow. And again, I think we'll have a little bit of, struggling a bit here because he's still wet. A little bit of that Carolina blue, and then if we got a slightly darker blue, then
I've got a royal blue. That's the
Can I
jaw.
pinch the pot?
Yeah, go for it.
So for
Spoiled
me,
for choice.
this is like being a kid in a candy shop in my world.
So many colours, they are beautiful, aren't they?
So this is not fondant, it's Squire's flower paste.
So I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of this darker royal blue here. Oh yeah, you can see what a gloriously rich colour that is. So again, we can just bring just a
Oh, that's
tiny
gorgeous.
little bit of it in. Like that. And in fact, you know what, so I'm going totally off script here. But bear with me.
I'm just going to flip the lids over if that's alright, so if I
Oh,
can
yeah.
just see the names. Fantastic.
So you know we had that shell pink. Well, this is the shell blue, which I
There's a
thought
shell
I had
green and a
seen
shell
there.
gold as well.
And I think that just a little touch of this luster on there, and I'm hoping you guys will be able to see it on the camera. Oh yeah, look, it's got all shimmery
Ooh,
and
that's
pretty.
pretty.
And then perhaps we'll just have just a little dab darker in the centre.
Yeah, everyone is loving the blue.
So you can see, you can just do so much with petal dust. They absolutely transform everything. And I haven't got any leaves because I forgot to make
And you
them,
know the nicest thing is you're using colours there that people wouldn't pick. Well, everybody goes for like pinks and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and then suddenly it's like, oh my god, I would never have thought of
The
using
blues,
dark
the blues and the purples are gorgeous together.
Really good. We're all liking that.
I'm just going to mix up one more here. I haven't actually got. I don't know. We can we'll try a bit of green on our hydrangeas because you get green hydrangeas, don't you? So it's this moss green here, and a little bit of your ashen grey. And can you see that mixing them together, you make a green? How do you explain it? So this green now matches that blue and that purple. It's got
Yeah.
the same tone, the same depth to it, and that same sort of vintagey aged look. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the edges of that sort of pinky purpley hydrangea that we had, whilst I'm really hoping that this is going to work. And I might chuck in a little bit of our kitty nose pink as well. See, whenever I'm doing this or I'm teaching that, I'm channeling my inner Bob Ross. Do you remember Bob Ross?
No.
The guy with the big fluffy afro on the telly, the American guy, and he'd paint the little trees in on the mountains and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Somebody on here has got to know what I'm talking about. In my head, I'm always thinking about Bob Ross when I'm doing my colours. I'll do a little bit more of that pink. And then we'll have just a touch of green in the centre. And actually, I think we want more pink. Hang on, bear with me. See, this is the thing, you start off thinking you're making one thing and then it turns into something else altogether. But there you've got a sort of pinky green hydrangea, and some of them are.
And you know what? That's how they look.
Yeah.
That's the colour they are. Clever girl.
So he's gorgeous. And then there's just one more vintage colour I'm going to show you, and then we're going to go back and dust that rose,
Yeah.
as promised, which is this bone white.
Rita says she's got his tapes.
Oh, I love it. It's on Netflix or Amazon or something. On the rare occasion I've got a spare half hour, I just sit there and watch it. He's amazing. Calms me down. It's such a happy place, is Bob Ross and his painting. There we go, that was my childhood, was watching Bob Ross with my mum. So this bone white, which again, you could not ask for a more sort of muted, pastel-y, vintage type colour if you wanted to. I'm going to put a little bit out on there. In fact, no, I'm going to treat us to a little bit of kitchen paper.
That's good of you.
So that you can see, it's not...
Ah, yeah, you can
It's proper
see it now.
vintagey colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is neither white nor grey
No.
nor yellow
Yeah.
nor green. It's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So in terms of doing
Drop
things
down. Yeah.
like your Dusty Miller eucalyptus, anything like that, it's a fantastic
Yeah.
colour for that. And as we've seen, you can mix all of these up. So you can bring in just a little bit of green with it and sort of blend the two together.
Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it?
So yeah, if I had made leaves, which
Yeah.
I had forgotten to do, well, there was just, it didn't happen. But yeah, these are the colours that I'd be doing it with, because we can see that if we pop our sort of greeny pink
Yeah.
hydrangea there, and then our little purpley one, and even bring in some of that stronger blue, you
They
can
look
see
stunning,
that
don't
the
they?
colours
Yeah.
just work
Yeah.
together, an absolute treat. So I
We're
could
putting them on a
talk about this
cupcake
for
in a minute,
days.
are we?
We can put them on a cupcake,
Our dummy cupcake.
which means I'm going to have to pipe live.
Well, the fact
That's
that
not
I
my-
wasted
not
the
my
whole
jam,
cake
though.
mix making the wrong buttercream. What you don't know, guys, is I'm here making batter for the cake mixes for my domes, and Laura says she'll help me out making the buttercream, and I wasn't concentrating. I gave her a bowl of cake mix of my fresh batter that I made, and she said, "Carol, this is really runny," as she threw in a whole pile of icing sugar. And I said, "Oh, it'll be fine." Anyway, it still didn't get any better. So I still didn't get any better. So I told her to throw some more icing sugar. I said, "Oh, it's fine. It's that strange, soft, margarine-y butter thing." Throw in some more. Still didn't get any better. And I realised I had no cake mix. I'd give it to Laura. Just before we went live.
Right, I've got our rose again. Are we on this camera?
Yep.
Yep.
Lower
Okay,
down.
okay,
So just
right.
let me go lower.
So you want a nice sort of wide, soft brush. You definitely want a soft one, because again, you're going to be using those little flicky motions so that you blend the colour as you put it on.
Down.
So I'll start us off.
Can you go towards your green colour so they can see you?
Is that better?
Because your rose is off centre.
Hang on, I'll move.
Oh, that's alright, we'll do that.
We're good, we're good.
Mhm.
So I'll start off with some of this purple. And you're just going to add it on sort of from the outside in, and it's all those little flicky motions. Take it easy, because like we said, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. And to be honest, you'd want to leave your flower, like you can see him wibbling as I do it, you want to leave your flower to dry at least a few hours, at the very, very least, if not overnight, before you start doing this.
We're chancing it here, aren't we?
We are a bit. So that you can see, this half I've done, that half I haven't. So there's a bit of a colour difference there already. And then I'm going to add in just a little hint of blue, which I'm hoping, oh yeah, that will work a treat. It is, and you see the trick with these vintagey colours and the pastel thing is that it's all very, very subtle. So the devil is well and truly in the detail here, and the subtle colour variations and stuff. Is that showing up all right? On the
Just
Yeah,
about, yeah.
just about.
I mean, you can't, obviously as you go round, you can see the difference.
And then we'll do, so we've got this bishop purple again. Just going to be like, it's just the teeniest, tiniest amount. Because this is where, if you're not super, super gentle with it, and just really careful with putting just a little bit of colour, this is where that you can run the risk of overdoing it and not wrecking it so much as just, you know, it's not going to come out the way you planned. So do you see how that's sort of giving definition
Yeah.
to the petals there?
Yeah.
And then maybe just to finish us off, see what happens. See what happens if we just put, see that, just a little bit of grey over the top. And it's just kind of toning it down and muting it and giving it that kind of.
And you know it's
Dusty
good, you're
velvet.
really very light with it.
Yeah.
I find I'm probably too heavy-handed. I go and stick the brush in the whole pot. Just a bit on the kitchen roll if I'm lucky.
It is.
And then
the
start
trick is,
whacking it all over. It's less is more, isn't it?
yeah, less is more, and it's just take it very slowly because you can always add more, but you can't take it away once
No.
it's there. So it's like when you're mixing up your colours. If you go and, you know, you're making a pink and you make it sort of fuchsia pink, but you only wanted baby pink, the amount of white you've got to add back in before you get it back
Yeah.
is huge. So yeah, there we go. Sort of
That's
a
gorgeous.
Fantastic. So what do we think of that, guys?
vintage rose.
How brilliant is that? Absolutely beautiful. So come on, get those some thumbs up, love hearts, everything else.
Right.
Oh, you're gonna have buttercream, am I think.
It's really stiff. I don't know if I'm
Oh,
going
is
to
it?
be able
Is
to
it?
squeeze out.
Has it gone
I
stiff?
could
Has it
just
gone
be me.
cold?
I'm not a buttercream person. Shall I have a go? And then if it doesn't work, we'll make Carol do
Should
it.
I do?
Might
Well, I
be.
don't know. How
Might be
stiff was
stiff.
it, Laura?
So what do we want?
It's got man,
Oh,
we've
it's
got
not.
it cool in here.
It's
Just
cool in
about.
here because the door's been open.
It's just about coming out. There we go. That was me squeezing as hard as I could. And these are your fat-free cakes, aren't they?
These are the factory cakes, yes, yes.
These are great. They're sponges.
Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah.
just do it and wash them and then
Yeah, just
away
wash
you
them
go
off, they're
again.
great. I love them.
Brilliant thing. Right, hang on. I'll go for a couple of.
Do you want me to do one?
No, that's fine. This is just for example, and I'm not a buttercream person. Buttercream
We can
is
tell.
alien to me. So this one has got like, you know, a massive like ice cream cone thing. This one's a little bit shorter. And all I wanted to show you is that with these flowers, these blossom sugar art ones. It is super easy. So you can just have one on the top like that. Simple, really quick to do. You could add some sprinkles and stuff in there if you wanted, or you can use them to have, and then we can do a few at a time. You know what, I'm doing this without looking at it, and let me just turn him towards me. Maybe one of those back there.
Just pass us that back, Laura.
Yeah. Hang on. Maybe that's too many. But yeah, you get the idea that they're so quick to make. You could just sort of churn them through and then put them on cupcakes and whatnot. So where should I put these? I'm going to put these here.
Have you got one left?
One.
Let me just show them on there, because if they just do this rose here as well. Can you see on the camera there? So if they just do this rose here,
I didn't even look at that.
and then they could just
Okay, have a little
stick one on the end there.
Look at that.
There you go. There you go.
Beautiful.
Now wrong with that buttercream, sorry.
No, wow, it's not my thing.
There you go.
What are you gonna say? So yeah, we can have them like that, and then the last like.
We didn't stick him on
cakey
his
thing.
little tail properly. We'll stick
Oh,
another one there.
okay.
That's fair one there. That blue
Okay.
one looked nice.
It's got away. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay then.
No.
I'll do. Now what are you going to do? Here you go.
Right. So okay, again, so this is a cake.
Yeah.
So we're going to pretend that it's beautifully covered in fondant, sitting on a board and everything. So just wanted
Yeah.
to show you a quick little way that you can very easily do it. Which camera are we on?
I will be on the centre
Okay.
one for you
So
to show everyone.
you've got your cocktail stick, so it can go just straight in like that. Which of course, This is always 1,000 times easier. Oh, I just hit a cupcake.
Oh,
and now
no.
there is buttercream everywhere. Where did that tissue go? Right.
Oh my God.
I'm getting there.
Go on, Maria, move them out of the way.
Thanks, Maria. Yeah, we're sticking our rows in. I've got my pliers out because it's polystyrene. Much easier in a real cake. It'll just go straight in. So we've got him there at a little bit of an angle. I'm just going to turn this towards me so that I can actually see what I'm doing. I've got so much stuff out. There's no space. Right. We have this. I have a little bag of royal icing. So this is more mapping.
Yeah, this is where, yeah. What do we need?
And these fantastic little ones from the Blossom Sugar Art.
What's happened to that colour now?
The
Just
colour,
hang on a minute. The colour,
The colour
camera's
has
just gone weird on the camera. What's happened there? It's now gone bright light. Should we just move the camera? Just move it. Just move that off. Move it off there because everyone can see that because it's active.
There we go.
There we go. We've just been floodlit out. You've just
Oh,
been
okay.
blurred out, flashed out.
There we go.
Yeah.
So I've taken one of those little flowers,
Yeah. So you need to go down.
spot
Yeah.
of royal icing on the back of it.
Right, we can't see it now.
No, but when we lift the angle up, that's when it's hitting the light. So you'll have to come into the middle
You're
of
going to
the
have to come
tray.
right into the middle, Natalie. And
That's
lower.
it.
There you go.
Or I can move over towards you.
Yes.
Whatever.
Right, do we do that? Yes.
Let's do that. Okay. So, got my little hydrangea that we've made with the Blossom Sugar Art moulds. Nice blob of royal icing on the back. And then I'm just going to stick it onto the side of the cake like that. And you'll be able to see in just a second, because I'm going to stick a few more on quickly. And you don't need to watch me do this because it's as simple as a little blob of royal icing and then you pop him on.
Yeah, but we are going to watch it.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
You
So
worry
I
about that.
turn it around
We are
every
going to
single
watch it.
time.
We've got nothing else to watch but you.
Poor sauce. Right. That's my last one, which I'm just going to pop there. Okay, so there you go. So like I said, imagine that this was covered in fondant on a board and everything.
Oh yeah.
You can
Yeah.
see how
Yeah.
quickly, so you've got your super quick rapid rose, those lovely things there from Blossom Sugar Art.
Yeah.
You've got clever use with your petal dust and in almost no time at all. In
So-
fact, in what, like an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
Less if I wasn't talking so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a whole cake. And
Yeah.
it's just, you know,
Yeah. So,
vintage
but all
and
your
lovely.
leaves and everything would be fabulous, wouldn't it?
So,
Looks great.
So yeah, it's
Well
these are
done.
great for doing that.
So what do we think, guys? Get those
Beautiful.
thumbs up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, right. So you got 20 minutes then. Do you think you can make a peony?
I reckon I can try.
No pressure.
Right, so while you have a little tidy up then, let's just recap over a few things. So while you get yourself... So while Natalie tidies up for a moment, she's going to make you that peony because I'm going to insist that she shows you how to make it because this Rapid Road set that she sells is amazing. You get everything in the set. You get the peony cutters. It all comes in a big set like this. Look at this. So you get the peony cutters, you get the rose cutters, you get the big rose cutters, you get the mat, you get some sample buds, some bigger buds for the peonies. Do you get a water pen in it? You get a water pen in it as well.
Most useful
Okay.
thing in the world. That.
Yeah, and it is good this. We sell these as well, but you get this in the kit. So if you haven't got this kit, you really do need to buy it. It's absolutely amazing, worth every penny. You'll see loads of people on here who bought it when Natalie was up here last time who just love it, and they're all loving this refresher session as well. So she'll show you how to make the peony. Just to let you know that on Thursday we're at Hobbycraft down in Bournemouth. We're doing a live there. Maria and Laura are going to come with me, so we're on our car jolly on Wednesday.
Road trip.
So the road trip, yeah. So we're baking cakes and getting ready for that. We're going to use nifty nozzles. Everything that you've seen tonight, the green board, the fractal colours, as I say, the Rapid Rose kit, the pads, everything is on the Sugar and Crumbs website. So if you want to go to Sugar and Crumbs website, you can go and check out new arrivals, or you can go to Facebook wish list, drop down September and look in Natalie's section. Everything is in there, okay? Now, we've been doing a competition to run alongside the Great British Bake Off. It's just a bit of fun. It's nothing serious, and basically it's only for our Facebook followers. So if you're in the community group, I've set up a unit 29. Week 1 was last week, biscuits, and all of you entered. John and I can't choose a winner. Every one of you looked fantastic. There was loads of things. You could either make one of each one, so you could have made the showstopper, you could have made the, what do they call it? Technical, and what's the other one? Signature. So you could have made all 3, or you can make one of them to enter. It really didn't matter. So what we've done is we just think there's no fairer way than we pull out the little ticket. So every one of these, there's 50 of them in here. Every one of these is a different name on, and if you put 2 in or 3 in, then your name's in there 2 or 3 times. So we're going to get Natalie. I'm just looking, there's a massive big daddy long leg jumping around. So you nearly jumped there, Laura. I don't know for you, it's on the wall. So it looks like he's sleeping with Natalie tonight. So Natalie, so we folded these up before, so Natalie can't see. So you're going to pick a winner? Then get a mystery gold box, whoever wins.
Ooh.
So we'll just do this now. Go on, do you want to read it out?
Oh, it is. Rose Fazakali.
Oh, that's no idea how to say that. But hopefully she is watching tonight. Can you see that, Laura? Or should I put it on this camera down here?
No, you can put it, just lift it up a little bit. That's it. There we
Right,
go.
can you say this name?
I think it's Fazakali.
It is.
think
Well,
that's right.
Well, she is the winner of week 1 of the Sugar and Crumbs Great British Bake Off. And it's just a fun, it's just about joining in, it's about having fun. So if you want to get involved next week, I'll put unit 2 up, I'll put week 2 up, and whatever it's going to be tomorrow. So you watch the Great British Bake Off tomorrow. Jackie and Rob Allen will confirm exactly what it is that we're making, and then you've got until next Monday to pop your entry in. Don't be putting it on the Facebook page, don't be putting it anywhere else, don't put it up in your comments, don't private message me with it, just put it in the unit. And if you don't know where the unit is, ask on the community group page, they'll tell you where to put it, and pop your entry in there and you'll go into next week's draw. So congratulations, a gold box is on the way to you. Private message me with your address and we'll get that out to you tomorrow. Yeah, super. So, and you're going to knock up a quick peony.
Oh, yeah.
Rapid. That's the word, rapid. If you want these sets, they are on our website. Now, some of you have got the smaller bundle sets and you've asked me about the peony cutters. So if you private message me afterwards, I'll get Natalie to deal with that with you. She can sort all those out for you. All right? Good? Good.
Okay. It's going to be boring for a second because I just need some flour paste.
That's fine. Well, you know what? Let's people want to ask questions. They can ask questions.
Ask questions. Go
So
for
come
it.
on, ask questions, guys.
It's Cake Week on Bake Off
Tomorrow, is it? Ooh,
Cake
right.
week.
Hopefully we'll get loads of entries. But 50 entries is good, isn't it,
That's
for our
really
week
good.
1? So well done, team. That's what we like. Everybody joined in a bit of fun. I think that's lovely, isn't it?
Do you know I've never watched it?
What, the Bake Off?
Yeah.
Don't know you can say that.
Get out.
Get Maria there with a bit of authority. Crikey.
No, I don't.
Hey, Maria goes on holiday and comes back all authoritative.
Get out.
This morning she couldn't speak, she had a sore voice, she was like, oh, I can't speak. Okay, come back with that one, didn't she? Hey?
Yeah, we'll start off with this, and I've got that if I need it. So, so Maria had a favourite yellow in all of this. Was it this? No, it wasn't sparkling yellow.
Yes, it was.
It is sparkling yellow?
Yes.
See, look, she just told me to get out, but now I'm going to do you a yellow peony. So you might think that yellow is a bit of an unusual colour for a peony, but they do exist. You get sort of pale pink ones, the sort of bright, deep, reddish pink ones, peach ones, which are absolutely glorious, and you do get yellow ones, so that's what we're going to go for.
So Julie Lowther, Natalie is from the south and she does lessons down there. So do make sure you pop over to her Facebook page, which is Immaculate Confections, or you can pop over to her website, Immaculate Confections, private message her, and in fact, all your classes are on there, aren't they?
Yeah, all on my website.
So it'll tell you where she is, and then you can go and join one of those classes. The next time she's here, We're hoping to get her booked in on the 3rd week in March next year. And we was only talking, well, she is booked in for the 3rd week in March next year. We don't know what she's going to do because we don't know whether to do 2 separate classes or 1 2-day class. And I think that 2-day class will be good.
Definitely.
So if you all prefer a 2-day class, then let me know, and you know, we'll pick that one.
So we've got the yellow. I'm just going to pop. I might stick. Let's have a.
So Natalie, how much is the whole set of your Rapid Rose set? I can't remember.
It's $29.95.
That's right. Okay. Do you know I was going to say
Does that sound about
$29.95?
right?
I was going to say $29.95, and I thought, oh, so $29.95, and you get everything in there.
So I'm just putting a little bit of orange in the yellow just to sort of soften it slightly because yellow can be a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a nice summery.
That's a beautiful yellow, isn't
colour.
it?
Is
Yeah.
it still summer? Does this still count as summer? Is it September? How is it
Well,
September?
the weather's great though, isn't it? And
is.
yesterday it was absolutely gorgeous. Today it was a little bit. Well, it was still warm though, wasn't it?
Yeah, rain.
It's not.
Pardon?
Not warm.
Maria says
Maria's
it's not
freezing.
Well, Maria's still got a jumper on,
What
thinking
do you
about
do
putting
in
another one
winter?
on. No, you want to see what she's like?
She's about 5 layers
I want
on.
to see what she's like in the winter, honestly. Nightmare.
Oh, it's always cold. Righto. So we have got flower paste, we've got yellow. So the set, it comes with 4 cutters. I use them in pairs. So I'd use the 2 little ones to make a little peony and the 2 big ones to make a big peony. The process is exactly the same. You're doing the same steps, the same number of times. It's just whether you're using this little one, that little one, or this bigger one and that bigger one. I don't use them all together just because, and this is going to get a little bit abstract, guys, but if you imagine the ball that one would make, it's so little that it then becomes too small of a centre to sit inside these giant
That
petals
makes sense,
here,
that, doesn't it?
which is why I use them in pairs, and I think that's why, oh god, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think that's why my peonies look quite a bit nicer than some of the other peonies you see made with these cutters. It's because it's keeping the proportions right, so you've still got something that looks.
But you know what, that
botanical.
makes sense. Now you've said that, I've realised, because I would have been straight in there, all 4 cutters using them, would you, Laura?
I'd be like,
I think
yeah,
we
like a
would,
big
wouldn't
one
we?
and a small one,
Yeah.
and just,
And I'd be layering
Yeah.
them up there and then wondering why, but you've just made sense there. And you know what, I'm so glad you're doing the yellow, because you see so many pink peonies, it's just lovely to have a different colour for a change.
But you get a bit sick
Yeah.
to death of pink sometimes.
So Alex, who was in the class with us today, is interested in the 2-day class. So Alex was with us. I don't know how much it is yet, Alex, but I'll discuss it with Natalie and we should have an idea for tomorrow. And if everybody is interested in that 2-day class, I will put it on the website so people can start saving.
I'll come back and move back in again.
Yeah.
Well, I've been here since Saturday. I turned up with a car full of stock and cakes and equipment and everything. First thing we want to do with this is cover up the ball, because I've got, this is a 40mm ball, it's the biggest one, but that's so that it is nice and big and you can see that it's the right sort of size and proportion for the centre there, because I'm going to do a big one.
Yeah, good. We like big ones, good.
Try really hard not to giggle now. Again. So I cut half of it, I've just turned my cutter around and cut the other side so that I've got a more or less circle shape.
Yeah.
You could, if you wanted to, use a circle cutter, that would work just as well, but I'm improvising a little. And then I'm going to take the edge of the cutter and just use it a little bit at random to emboss sort of the impression of petals. And I'm hoping, is that showing
Yes.
up all right? Water pen. Excuse me. Oh, I wonder if I can open it. Oh God, how hard? There we go. How hard can that be?
Tina says, oh my goodness, apart from the wonderful Natalie, Maria's reaction, get out, is my highlight of the night. Anyhow, they all thought Maria was meek and mild, you know. She has Laura and I on the run round that office, you know. You think I'm the boss. Oh, there's Maria. Cracking us all into shape.
So just having wet that shape, I'm just going to stick it on top there.
Down a bit.
Smooth them down. as you
Yeah,
can
that's
see.
it.
So that's our beginning bit. With a little baggie.
Hmm?
Little baggie? Yeah, little baggie for the paste. Right. Okay, these take a lot of rolling out, so we'll have to do a degree of chatting amongst ourselves.
Yeah, that's fine. Laura can intertwine between cameras, backwards and forwards. Flip over to there, Laura. Let's get the action going.
We're all right.
Yeah.
Got enough going on.
Same with the rose. Bit of cornflower on the back and on the front. Place your cutter. Press firmly and give it a wiggle. Because if it's moving around, you know it's cut nicely, and then we're just going to take that bit around from the outside, away from the outside. There's your shape. So first thing we want to do is use now you don't have to do this unless you want to, but I quite like to do it. So this is a random veining stick, which you do sell. Because of the last time when I was like, oh yeah, there's this other thing, I forgot it. So poor Carol went charging around the house looking for one in a panic.
We now sell them.
And all you're doing there is just rolling that across your paste. And you can see that it does exactly the same job that a veiner would, of putting those veins on and giving you a little bit of texture and depth for the petals. And the trick here is that you want to sort of roll it in an arc, so hold it down sort of in the centre, and then you've got that arc on it. And take a little knife and just make a slit up each petal, just to separate them a little bit more, and it's just so you've got a little bit more movement there than you have before they're cut. Pop it on your foam pad, and then just run your ball tool around the edge. Now with the roses, where we were trying not to do it too frilly, you just wanted that soft wave. These you can be as frilly as you like. And again, fairly rough and imprecise with it, because the thing is that whereas roses have got a structure and it's sort of each petal sits inside the next one, peonies are more of just a frilly mess, so you haven't got to worry about it as much as you did before. And with these, you're not turning them over. So every time you do your rose petals, you're always turning them over, whereas these ones we're not. And it's the same thing, water in the centre. You're going to wet each edge and then a little line up the middle as well. And then that goes on the rapid rose. Now, a more sensible person would have put it on the rapid rose before they wetted it. So we can watch me struggle with it. Okay, and like with the roses, bud through the centre and got it held on there. So the peonies, preparing the petals is a little bit more faffy, takes slightly longer, but this bit is much easier because you're just grabbing them and curling them over. There is no particular order to do it. You haven't got to worry about it. You're just getting them chucked on and sort of on top of one another. This central one, you want to be fairly tight. So as you can see, I'm kind of pulling the petals up and round and then cupping them with my hand. Like that. And then I'm just going to have a wee look and arrange them. And you can see sort of the starting to form the bud. So I'm just going to do that exact same thing again for a second time. I'll actually let us get that squashed in underneath. And I know that there's a gap there, but it doesn't matter because
you're not going to see it, are you?
Put
No.
so many layers on. And if you want to, you can have a little extra blob of water to
Just bring it down a bit.
little blob of water to hold a couple of the bits in there. And you can just sort of fiddle with it till it's arranged the way you want it to be. So I'll roll another one out. This is another talk amongst ourselves moment, because I'm literally going to repeat exactly what I just did.
Is it worth you rolling a few out and then leaving them under the Stay Fresh mat while you wait to rub them or
yeah,
something?
we can do it that way. Definitely works that way. Yeah, if anyone's got any other questions, fire away.
Yeah, ask your questions, guys. Is our winner watching tonight?
I've not had any comments. No, not yet.
What did I do with that piece of paper? I'm going to have to write it on the community group. Don't tell me I threw it back. Oh, it's here. I threw it back in the bowl. Oh my goodness.
So worst case, you'd have to watch it back. And
Yeah.
a pair of us trying to say it. I'm going to have to do that again. It's stuck together. Sorry, guys.
So I've got a few guys interested in that double day class. So it's going to be a vote now. So Natalie's definitely going to be here in March. We're just going to have a vote whether we're going to do 2 separate classes or that double day. So 2 ladies have already messaged me already to say that they're definitely interested. 2 ladies have asked on the live as well, 2 different ladies. And if you're definitely interested, do message me and then I'll sort it out with Natalie tomorrow and we'll get some details up which one we decide to go with. So do you want to show them that cake again, Laura? Mm-hmm. I know you just showed it, but I mean they're beautiful. That I don't know which one I like best. If I'm really honest, they're all stunning, aren't they?
Yeah. So Portia's just said, how do you stick the cocktail stick in the bud? But it's got a polystyrene ball on the end of the cocktail stick and it's secured on with glue from a hot glue gun. And it's the same concept for the roses as well that Natalie did earlier. It's just a smaller bud, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think for that class as well, if we did that double one, I think we'd only do 8 people in that class, would you think?
Oh yeah, at
8.
Yeah, at the most.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with that.
A lot going on, isn't there? Yeah, good.
Lisa Clark said, where exactly north are you, Carol?
Stockport in Cheshire. And don't worry about travelling, we get loads of ladies travelling. We've just had a lady up who's made a full 2 days of it from Kent. Lynn Spurls, she's been up. And to be fair, I've had lots of ladies up from really far down south, even the furthest tip of Cornwall and the furthest part of Scotland. They've come to classes here, my Nifty Nozzles classes.
So this is our second layer of petals. I've done exactly the same thing with the veining tool, the ball tool, cutting the petals up, popping it all through the hole in the rapid rose, and again
Just come down a bit. That's it. Thank you.
Looks lovely in that yellow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
cool. It's really hard trying to do it.
I know.
Looking at it.
And you know, I know
Sorry.
exactly how you feel because you do want to lift it up to see what you're doing, don't you?
And you can see this with the peony, you're completely at random here.
Drop your back down.
And again, you're cupping them over.
Yes, they are.
But not
Sue Barker's
just
coming
as
from
much.
rural Devon next week.
She's on your Nifty Nozzles class.
Yeah.
How did that
Spoke
get
to Sue
pink?
today.
Pardon?
I spoke to Sue today.
Oh, do you speak to Sue today, did you, Laura? Yeah.
And like with the roses, you can turn it over and just get those sort of funny corners pressed in. But that there, if you just wanted a peony bud,
Yeah.
if you could stick a couple of leaves underneath, because depending on how you put it on the cake, you can perhaps see where you'd have a sort of calyx on there. But yeah, that would be your bud. Now I'm just going to
Do another one.
keep adding layers.
In fairness, you know what? I love that yellow colour. And Tina Payne's just said the same. The yellow is stunning. Really nice, isn't it? You don't see many flowers being done in yellow, do you? And yet it looks really so well. What did you use then? Did you use the Fractal gel?
It was the lemon yellow and a little hint of orange in there just to tone it down
Beautiful.
slightly.
Yeah. I must admit those Fractal gels are very, very vibrant. You do only need a bit.
Yeah.
I had to laugh at Jackie Heaton. She came to a Nifty Nozzles class. She did a drop too much and I thought outer space could see her flying going down in the car with that bright.
Lisa Clark is saying she's going to check where we are on Google. We're right near Stockport train station and it's one of the main routes along the Manchester line, Birmingham line. So
there's a hotel there as well at the train station.
Yes, yes.
There's a Holiday Inn and Travel Lodge.
There's a Holiday Inn and there's a
Yeah,
there's a travel lodge as well.
And
now.
I pick you up from the train station.
So yeah,
I'll
it's,
try and find someone to take you back, but I do pick you up.
yeah, Stockport is it's one of the main connecting stations from Manchester. So it's literally 10 minutes on the train from Manchester. So it's really easy.
If you can get the train straight to Stockport, there is a Holiday Inn and a travel lodge. There's a Premier Inn just up the road as well. They're all reasonably priced in Stockport. They're not London prices. They're all really priced well, aren't they? We're poorer up here in the north.
Need to entice people. Oh, Sue's staying at the Alma Lodge.
Oh, she's staying at the
Yeah.
Alma Lodge. Oh, you'll like it there, Sue.
Yeah.
Lynn Spills has just left
So
there.
that's where Lynn was
Oh, is
staying.
Yeah, well, she's still there
She's
tonight.
still there.
She's there
As
with
we
a glass
speak.
of wine. If she's still with us watching, if she hasn't drank all that wine, she's had 2 days of courses here. She was here yesterday and today.
So I've got another layer of petals. I'm doing this pretty rough and ready and quick as I can because obviously we don't want to keep you guys here till 1 a.m.
We're only a couple of minutes over time, so don't worry.
Really, that's got so quick.
So, which dust colours would you suggest to dust the yellow peony?
I would go, so you want sort of a nice bright yellow, just to sort of get a little bit more intensity to the colour. So something like Maria's sparkling yellow. And then I would perhaps go for some sort of peaches and oranges on the edge.
Yeah.
Because do you know what I might do actually?
Orangey colours would be gorgeous.
Is I might leave the peony as it is here and do a little bit of dusting instead.
Yeah.
Could you
All right.
come back into the middle? Thank you very much.
Do you want me to dig out some of the
Very
peach?
Yeah,
I know it sounds really bonkers, but this skin tone one is gorgeous.
Yes, we can give that a
So,
go.
Could do a bit on each thing, you couldn't.
What's this one here? Ochre. Do you see
that would
sort
be
of
really
richer,
nice, that ochre, wouldn't it? And
richer
nobody would
colour.
think of buying that
No.
colour either.
No.
The name doesn't appeal to people, does it?
But then ochre's like it's a paint colour because you get red, yellow, and something else ochre.
Well, what you could do is you could do just a little bit round a different, a third of each. Give them an idea.
Right.
There's a lovely peach as well.
So Becca, the buds come in the pack with the whole Rapid Rose set that's online. There's a few buds of each size, and it's, I think, have you used the largest bud
I've
for
used
this
the
one,
largest
for the
one for this,
peony?
yeah.
Yeah.
And the tutorials, which you guys, if you buy it, you've got to download the tutorials. The tutorial that explains how to do it is the key.
Yeah.
That also.
Or just keep re-watching the live.
Or this,
fast forwarding. And Maria will be there doing videos. Drop it down, Natalie. Maria will be doing videos this week. Oh, it's coming together beautifully, that, isn't it?
So I think what I'll do is put one more layer on it, and then we'll do some dust.
Yeah, good. Helen Mills is going to go and have a chat with hubby. Aww. See, if you all start saving now, you could have it as Christmas presents, couldn't you? Christmas present money.
Yeah.
Buy vouchers off us, couldn't they? Pay a deposit.
Yeah, I've had a few inquiries for vouchers last week and this week already.
Yeah, I need to put those back on the website actually.
It's just big enough.
Karen says she uses the pasta machine to roll out.
Yeah, lots of people have said that. I've never got round to
Having a go
buying
at it,
one. Yeah, just I don't think about it. I forget about it until I'm rolling lots of stuff out, and then that's not sort of the opportune moment to go pasta machine shopping. It's like cleaning the windscreen on your car. You don't remember to do it until you're in the car and you can't see out. And
Yeah.
at that point, it's too late.
Joe says if you download your tutorial, it's very easy to follow.
Oh, thank you. That's great. This is good to hear. Definitely.
In fairness, lots of people right at the beginning who bought the Rapid Rose last time off you had said that they followed the tutorial and it's been fantastic.
That's grand. Oh, thanks, guys. Right, this will be the last one that we'll do right now. So he's on there. Let me get our rolling pin or ball tool. I've gone back to my ball tool now. Just round the edge. And these, so peonies, they come in different forms. You get sort of the great big open ones with sort of flattish petals, some that are super frilly. So you can really experiment with this and try doing it with, not so much of the ball tool, having a real go at it so that it is very frilly, and you'll get a slightly different looking flower each time. Just wetting it the same way. So it's just
Lots of people are going to be having chat with husbands. Karen Claire Roberts, she's going to have to work on her husband and the family for her next Christmas present.
So just
Down again. I do love that yellow actually.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. See, now I'd be inclined not to put more yellow on it. I'd be inclined to be blinging it up with gold. Can you think that?
I'd be going orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it down, Natalie.
trying to, but
I know,
it's
yeah.
falling apart.
Try harder. Don't. There you go.
So, like I said, there's no special order for attaching these, and I've got to turn it over now and have a little look at
Let
it.
gravity help.
Yes. Right. I'm just going to have a look, and then I'll...
Do you want me to hold him for a minute while you get yourself sorted out?
That's all right. There you go. So look, you can just about see
Oh,
there.
there's going to be trouble. Iris is thinking about coming.
Oh, it'd be lovely to have you in class again, Iris.
Yeah, she's great, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be a pleasure.
Missed you today, Iris. It was even commented on.
Right. So we've got canary yellow, sparkling yellow, which I can get him open.
Sue Barker says, thank God I got rid of my husband. One way to get on the glass. Right, bye-bye, husband.
See, so
She's gonna be funny next week.
my husband has sent me messages about do we want a shoe unit that his cousin's giving away. So I can only assume that he's forgotten I'm doing this tonight. If you are watching Christmas, say hello. I'm assuming you've forgotten. What else have we
More
got?
importantly, do you want the unit?
I have no idea. I am not in that.
So Louisa Johnson says, are all the layers of the petals the same size?
No, if we were going to make a whole one here, this is the point where you would swap to using the larger one for
Yeah.
those two outer layers.
Yeah.
This bit with it, you could see how floppy it is, so normally you'd want to leave it
A couple of hours.
sort of, well, not even that, just 10-20 minutes would do it for what you've done so far to firm up.
I love this Sue Barker. She stuck him under the patio. She's great. She's like a girl after my own heart.
There's my brush. Yeah.
Don't tell too many. I've got a few under my patio. Would you like your peony back? Come on, let's get back on track. We get back on track.
Oh my god, it's been absolutely riotous today. So yeah, if you wanted to make it bigger, you would be doing a couple of layers with this largest one on the outside. Like I said, the tutorial that comes with the kit and the peony cutters explains exactly how to do that. Or again, you can leave them smaller, because if you're doing a design that's got lots of flowers on it, I think it's nice if you vary the size a little bit. They're not all exactly the same. It just makes it more interesting, bit of depth, bit of texture and so on.
And guys, you'll just see that Natalie's having to hold the petals a bit. They should have dried. We should be leaving these. Should make it, leave it a couple of hours to dry. But I'm sure you don't want to sit chatting to us for the next couple of hours while we're waiting. So so she's got to actually just go along and dust this while it's still wet.
So I'm going to start off with some of that.
Joe says,
yellow.
that's no good. The dogs would dig him up.
Can you come down?
I reckon there's a bit Sue Barker concrete. There's going to be a lot of missing husbands this weekend. All husbands, you best behave yourself this weekend. There's going to be a few problems. Right, down you go, Natalie. So we can all see.
You can see them all moving about here, but that's just because it's still
But doesn't that dark yellow there just bring it up?
wet.
Doesn't it?
Well, this is the sparkle yellow, so I know you do like a bit of bling.
Yeah.
So you got the yellow, stronger yellow.
But
and
it just
stronger
really
yellow.
highlights it, doesn't it?
Massive
Doesn't it look
difference.
fabulous?
Well, this is why it's okay. So I'm going to sound like a school teacher now, but it's important to plan.
Yeah.
So we've winged it here with the yellow, but you know, I do.
Yeah,
this
you
a
didn't
lot.
plan on doing a yellow one. It's Maria's minded you today.
Yes, even though
And after
doesn't
she told
mean
you to
it.
get out before, I reckon you start doing as you told.
It's not the yellow way. But yes, you always want to think about what you want your finished colours to be,
Yeah.
and therefore what your base colour will be to start with, and what dust colours you're going to use.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if we'd made the yellow super bright, if we'd made it, the full strength of that colour, then this wouldn't look half
Yeah, it
so
wouldn't
good
look
on
as
top
good,
of
yeah.
it.
So what do we think of this, guys? Do we love it? Have you all enjoyed this tutorial? Have you enjoyed this Facebook Live? Are you glad you're back? The summer's over. We're back in every Monday, every Tuesday, Thursday.
Carol, don't be throwing that one in.
I tell you, I think I'm seriously ill. Can't remember names or anything. Something really wrong with me. I've got a problem with calling Lynn Spills Janet. I've got Beverly called Pam, and now I don't know whether I'm here on Thursdays, Tuesdays, or Mondays. Crikey! Plus several husbands under the concrete patio. It's really worrying. I think I need to go and have a tablet and lie down. If I drank, I'd have a drink, but it's just getting bad.
Okay. Oh, finishing touch. We've got a little bit of mandarin, this paler orange, mixed with some of this canary yellow. And I'm hoping that just...
You'll be glad your Chris isn't
You
watching.
come down, please.
Yeah, down again.
Thanks.
See, does it just
That's
that little bit? Doesn't
amazing
that
with the
touch
orange
it
on.
there?
Just gotta-
Right, down again, Natalie, so we can all see. Not you. Stop being
Oh.
selfish. This isn't just for you, Natalie.
Oh, I know, but I need to be able to see so I can do it.
How beautiful is that?
Right,
Do you know what? That really does make it pop, doesn't it?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely lovely.
A little tiny touch there, and I reckon, because you see, with flowers and dust and everything, there is a point when you need to look at it and sort of walk away and decide
Yeah.
that you're done. And I think
That's
Wow.
that is
beautiful.
probably about it.
Yeah,
So there
absolutely
you've got
beautiful.
Oh, just twist it slowly and you can just pick the sparkle up on
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, you can pick up the
Yeah.
sparkle, can't you?
But it was out
Yeah.
of that,
You got good eyes. I can see it live, but I couldn't see it on the screen.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is very
Yeah.
pretty. Oh, well done, Maria.
Gorgeous.
Picking that colour. How lovely is that?
So yeah, there we go.
Absolutely lovely. So
Roses.
what do we think, guys? How fabulous is that?
Roses.
So do you want to get both of those in front of the
Yeah.
camera now? We can see both of those.
I can even
And
stick him in there.
then I will...
They don't match, but you know.
No. How beautiful is
Wow.
that, guys? Is that stunning? So let's give Natalie a big thumbs up, loads of loves and likes, and love likes.
I think we just all need to go to bed.
I know, you know what, well, we haven't stopped working, me and you, this weekend, have we? Crikey. We have been on it. Right. I'm ready for a lie down. I've got to be in work at 6 tomorrow. All of us three have, haven't we? We've got to all be up and going. Right, where am I? Come on now.
Drive 200 and something odd miles.
You can have a lie-in in the morning.
and
We've
then
got to be out.
Big old drive.
Right, everybody, are we over here, Laura? Are we on this camera? Right, right. I hope you've enjoyed it tonight.
Yeah.
Fabulous session as usual. Natalie is so good fun. And you know what? This girl's worked hard all weekend. She came up on Saturday, all the gear. We've unloaded, we've set up.
Yeah.
Full class of 11 students on Sunday. I mean, that was a mega class.
But they were all lovely.
Yeah, everyone was great fun. And to be fair, I just keep running it out. They were having hysterics. So a really good class. We've had a really good class today with 6 students in. It was fabulous. And I was baking at the other end of the kitchen, which was great as well. So I could have a little nosy what they were doing. So if you're thinking about doing classes, we've got 3 classes in October with Zoe Fancy Cakes. Please do go and have a look. So I think we've got the bride and groom, we've got basic characters, and we've got the hand painted rose. Natalie, I've got my Nifty Nozzles class this Saturday is full, but I've got one in November, 10th of November, I think it is it Laura? I'm just checking now, seems I think I was doing Nifty Nozzles this Monday. But whenever I'm doing one, it's on the website anyhow. And then that's going to be it then. And then Natalie is probably going to be our first tutor in March. And then we have got other tutors that have said that they'll come along and do class as well. So I've just got to sort all those out. Our prize winner for the Sugar and Crumbs Bake Off is Rose, and I can't say the surname. So if I put it under there, Laura, I can't say
Just
the surname.
lift it up. That's it.
Yeah. So if anybody knows Rose, we'll put it on the group afterwards. She is the winner of this week's gold box.
Brilliant.
Super duper. And everything that you've seen tonight is on the website. You can just go into the search at the top, pop it in. But if you go to along the top of the bar to Facebook, wish list, drop down, see Natalie's section, and it's got everything that Natalie has used tonight, from brushes to boards to the whole set. This is the thing that you need to be looking at, the whole Rapid Rose set. If you haven't got one, you must buy one. You know, she's shown you how easy it is to do, and then all the other tools that come with it. So thank you for joining us. I hope we see you on Thursday at 11 a.m. It's our morning session where Laura, Maria and I will be down in Hobbycraft. We're going to be using Nifty Nozzles, and we're making a dome cake and some cupcakes. Show you how to use those. Don't forget, like and share. That's very important for us that you do like and share. And also hop over to YouTube. It will be on YouTube tomorrow. God, Maria, can't believe it. I remembered that bit, Maria. Cracky, it's all coming back to me. What's your name again? So like and share and pop over to YouTube. Even if you've watched it, just go over to YouTube. Give us a thumbs up because we're trying to get our ratings up there. But otherwise, thank you for joining us and I will see you on Thursday morning. Bye-bye.